Okay, we're back, folks. We're gonna skip trying to do intros and all that good jazz because at this point, I just don't care. The blasted internet. I had to do the old boomery thing of, have you tried turning it off and back on again? I'm like, but okay, folks.
So the IP crowd theory.
It's like that one episode of South Park when I think it was Stan or Kyle unplugged the internet and replugged it.
Yeah, that was literally it. That was literally it, and I feel so dumb. I feel absolutely dumb about it. Thank you. Thank you for your patience, everybody. I appreciate you all. Welcome back.
Unplugging it and plug it back in.
All right, Joe, we get it. Like, yeah, that's what we did. All right. Now, folks,
a good show.
We appreciate you all joining us, and thank you for sitting through the shenanigans of our stream going bonkers here. But, all right, we'll go ahead and we're just going to jump into it. Now, here's what's up. Tonight, like, if you folks know, or if you don't know, we here on the Theblackfiles, we usually take a single story in the world of nerd and pop culture. We zoom in on it. We focus on it, and we cut down to the quick, regardless of how people's opinions are about the subject, because we here at the Ravens Flock believe that the best way to solve a problem is to confront it head on, like admitting that there is a problem and freaking talking about it, opening dialogue. Recently, we've been talking about something big and gigantic and something macro, something that affects not just nerds and geeks all over the internet, but everyone in the country, and that was the Gonzalez v. Google case. Today, we're scaling it back. We're bringing it back to the local scene, specifically here in the Florida con and cosplay community, which, if anyone who's from here can tell you, this place is, I believe John Oliver described it best when he describes the human body. It's an absolute carnival of horrors, and I, for one, am embarrassed to have one. That's the best way to describe the Florida con community in terms of people having infighting, people having different beefs and situations happening with them, and it is incredibly insane just how far and how low folks will go in terms of getting their way, all in the name of internet fame or being well known or being well liked or being popular or whatever. That's why we kind of gave up on the popularity scene forever ago and said, screw it, people don't like us anyway, let's do what we normally do, let's spit the truth out and hold people to task, and tonight is no different.
Which is ironic, because in doing so, we did, in fact, in a way, it became popular.
Which is...
like I say, if you're going to be disliked, you might as well do what you want to do anyways, because no matter what, somebody's going to have an opinion.
Yep.
Exactly.
And like noses, everybody's has one, except for Voldemort, which is why any opinion he has doesn't count.
And Red Skull.
Yeah, there you go. They don't have noses, so they don't get to have opinions. All right, and Jose, go ahead and let's see if we can try one more time. Have you go ahead and give us our opening stuff to start the show off over here.
Absolutely. So much like all our other shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/theravensflock and twitch.tv/theravensflock online. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our media content. Leave your questions and comments down below, and we will answer as many as we can while we're live. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you can become an inner flocker. For $4.99 a month, you will have exclusive access to many, many amazing perks that comes with being a member. Juan, explain.
Well, for the inner flockers that we've got in the chat over here, and I know we've got them, go ahead and show off those lovely custom emojis. Go ahead and show off your membership the tenure badges over here that we made custom for you. I want to say hi to Planet Q's Queen, Viper D V-Man, who's in the chat as well. Let's see, Jen Pearson is in the chat. I know that we had some folks in our chat earlier. If they're able to come back in, all the better. That will make things so much easier for us all. And you also get access to members first and members only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description below. And you also get direct access to us here at the Ravens Flock. Your thoughts, your feedback, your opinions on our programming will help us shape the future of this channel. And I did say tonight we're bringing it back down to the local scene, and it was actually recently announced at a upcoming convention called Florida Polycon, which, if I'm not mistaken, takes place at the Florida Polytechnical Institute.
I was about to ask what the name was about. That made no sense to me.
Yeah, it's at a college.
Yeah, it takes place at a Florida Polytechnic School. Is it?
Yeah, it's over here. It's 20 minutes from me. I'm local to it, so I can't really explain where it is.
I can.
But you can see it when you're. Is it 27 on I-4? I think it's right on. Don't take directions from me. I'm direction challenged.
Oh, you do great.
Fantastic. Angel will fit right in. Let me see here.
A kindred soul in this cold and cruel world.
Angel, do you have another filter on again?
No.
No. Oh, okay,
Are you
it's just.
sure?
All right.
Might sound different.
You sound like you've got like a thingy in your voice again, like
Oh, God damn it. My microphone is having trouble. Please bear with me for a minute.
See, I knew I wasn't imagining things.
Bear with me for a second.
No, you're okay. You're okay. Let me see. Student-led event. Yay. Yeah, it takes place at Florida Polytech. That's up in Lakeland. So not far from where we are over here. And let's see. This actually happening, if I'm not mistaken. This is a one-day event, a single-day event, March 18th. If anyone's local to the con community, you're welcome to jump on in. And if I'm not mistaken, Psychotic Beauty Cosplay is also a special cosplay guest as well. And there was a recent announcement that was. There we go.
Testing.
Much better.
And there you go again, Angel. It sounds like you're
Don't worry, I got
gargling. It sounds like you're gargling RAM cards.
Yeah, no, it's because the cable got messed up. It's okay, I got it. Can you hear me now?
There we go. Yeah, it's okay. You know what? We can hear you anyway. We'll live. So this is actually quite an eclectic crew of cosplay guests who are joining in on the fun. Like we said, Psychotic Beauty Cosplay is one of the guests. We also have Sashi Cat, Dark Lady Cosplay, who's prolific. Yep. Who's also a friend of the Ravens Flock, prolific World of Warcraft cosplayer. Let's see here. I said Sashi Cat, Faye Crafts, Star Cosplay, Take a Chance Cosplay, and the legendary Peekabell Chew is also going to be there as well. And
That's a name I haven't heard in forever.
Yeah, last time I saw her, I think was at Spooky Empire, maybe? Don't quote me on that. Or was it Spooky?
We actually got to see. No. We actually got to see Peekabell over at Central Florida Comic
Con in January.
Yeah, we saw her.
There we go. That's what it was.
Yeah, we saw her. We said hi to her on Sunday. It was a trip. It was nice. We live streamed while we were there, and then we had car shenanigans, which was dumb. Now regarding Florida Polycon, this event did also put out an important announcement regarding one cosplayer who people have been having concerns with for some time, who goes by the name of DelicateNote. At least that's one of the names that they've gone by in the past. And now this cosplayer has had several different allegations and accusations regarding their conduct at conventions and outside of the con community as well, which has led folks who organize Florida Polycon to unilaterally ban this cosplayer from the event. And tonight we're actually going to be discussing these several allegations and several different stories regarding this person. Now, I do have to say, right now, I have to put up our obligatory disclaimer one more time. We here at the Ravens Flock are not in the business of slandering people or maligning them just for the sake of kicks and giggles and trashing people to have our way, unless they're known pedophile YouTuber Gregory Onision Jackson. Hi, Greg. Piss off. Now, that being said, these are as these are first-hand and second-hand accounts from people who have dealt with this cosplayer. We have to say right now, since there isn't any actual disciplinary or law enforcement or legal recourse that's being involved in this situation, we have to treat these officially as first-hand accounts. We have to treat them officially as allegations, that these are things that this person has allegedly done. Folks, you are free to draw your conclusions from it, but know that we do vet the folks who come on our program, and know that we don't just bull crap for the sake of it. Unless, of course, like I said, you're a known pedophile YouTuber, Gregory Onision Jackson. Hi, Greg. You're still here. Go piss up a rope. Bye-bye, Greg.
Why would you waste perfectly good rope? Regardless, our friend Juan here speaks the truth. We're telling you here based on the information that we have received. This is a report based on the assistance that we have been given, based on the facts and information that we have right now. If any of this information turns out to be erroneous or misleading, we will be the very first ones to assist. But as my friend also likes to say, where there is smoke, there's fire. And unfortunately, the moment I walked into this room and he showed me those receipts, I had to put on a gas mask.
Youch. Yeah, no, I don't think a gas mask will help. You need a proper filtration on there, Angel. Gas masking going to be enough. And Viper D Veman. Oh, that's Y2V cosplay. Oh snap, that's who it is. Hey there, I didn't realize.
Yes, that's one of my very, very good cosplay friends. They're absolutely amazing. They're a doll. They also have had issues with Ace.
Ace. That's another name for DelicateNote.
I know she swaps, and also I do want to just put out this disclaimer. They also changed the pronouns. If I'm misgendering her, I'm not doing it to be an asshole. As much as I dislike this person, and as much as I rip my first-hand accounts, I in no way, shape, or form trying to be offensive. I just say she because I know as of right now they go by she pronouns. Just because, again, I've heard in the cosplay community that they do swap around. So for some reason, it's incorrect. Disclaimer, I don't know. I haven't talked to this person in 2 years.
Yeah. So we're not bigoted a-holes. We're not in the business of misgendering people if we don't like them.
I just don't trust somebody who changes genders the moment that they get themselves in trouble.
Yeah, no, that is a bit of a crappy move to do, though.
It is sauce.
Yeah, it sounds like a cheap dodge.
Like, please don't. I'm a this. Like, no, that doesn't matter. It's the content of your character, and your character is lacking.
There's a surprisingly nasty trend of that recently happened. People doing bad deeds and then trying to identify as trans and non-binary, hoping that somehow public opinion will not turn against them, despite the fact that their deeds remain repugnant no matter what they identify as. It's bizarre.
True, but thankfully, not everyone in the world is a repugnant a-hole who uses these things just to try to give themselves some sort of clout or shielding, like Chris Chan. So thankfully, no. It's just some folks are just a-holes. And
some men just want to see the world burn.
Exactly, which is why I'm doing my best to keep you far, far away from the asbestos, Angel. Also, Christina Elizabeth is in the YouTube chat. She's saying, OMG, my sis Marie is speaking on this. Hello there, Christina Elizabeth.
Hello, Lizzie.
We're getting lots of acquaintances this time. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, thank you very much for joining us. Now, I'm going to give you the floor on this, Marie, Psychotic Beauty. I'm going to give you the floor on this since you do have the most experience. And there is also a Google Docs file with many screenshots and many different situations involving this person. I'm also double-checking the Twitch stream, and I'm seeing Blake the Wolf 1 on the chat. I'm saying, so glad y'all are opening up this space for people to be heard. This shall be madness indeed. Thank y'all so much for opening this space up for people's stories to be heard. Not a problem. Welcome.
I spoke to Blake before. Me and Blake recently connected over this. If I'm correct, Blake, correct me if I'm wrong. They're actually up in Georgia. So just to give a little backstory, also bear with me. I've had 2 concussions within the last 3 years, so my memory is really bad.
Damn, sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So from what I know, again, me and Ace were friends. We're good friends for a while until they started disrespecting me and my friends. And I was like, we're not going to do that. We're going to be big grown-ups. Either you're going to speak your issue and we're going to solve it, or you can go in the corner and be a crybaby. But I'm sorry, I don't work in childcare no more. Last time I checked, I didn't sign up to babysit you. So if you want to have a tantrum, by all means, I'm going to sit here and laugh at you. That's how I am with all my
yes.
friends. Love y'all. Love my friends. If you're gonna have a tantrum, have your tantrum. Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Understandable.
But Blake actually met Ace/Ran, and I just know them as Ace. I know they changed their name a lot, but I'm gonna say Ace for this simplicity's sake. Actually moved up to Georgia for a little bit, and got banned up there too, and is back in Florida. So
Ouch.
Blake actually has. So she's actually weasel her way back into the community up there. I know Ace is also a part of the idol community. I'm not into idols like that. Lizzie, who is in the chat, knows more about idols and stuff like that. But to sum up everything about Ace, Ace comes off first as the sweet victim. Everybody hates me. Everyone's out to get me. Oh my god, look, this person's looking at me. And it's like, listen, I'm from New York City. You look at me twice the wrong way, I might start getting aggressive. But like the way that she reacts is over the top. I first met Ace 2019, Hallmat. We were a part of a group called Budget Broadway, and we were doing Hamilton. I was Angelica. She was my Eliza.
Was this when I caught y'all, and then I could have sworn I might be misremembering. I'm sorry if for cutting off your stream. Was this okay? Also, the same year that you did this, also at MetroCon, this also included Cookie Dough cosplay and Take a Chance cosplay. Were also part of that group. Was that all the same?
So, Take a Chance cosplay. Lyric actually founded the group.
Okay.
The following MetroCon was the con that Cookie was in. But initially, it was actually for the Hallmat show. It was Take a Chance cosplay. Her brother, my friend Brayden, Hollywood Cosplays, myself, and Ace. We were the main cast, and then we had randoms fill in the roles that we needed.
Okay. All right. Pardon me. Because I remember you being part of the Hamilton show and y'all being part of the group and all that, and so that just clicked with me. I'm sorry, I got a little excited there. I apologize.
No, you're fine.
Please continue, because that stuff is always fun. Good Lord, thank you for that.
It is fun. I miss doing stuff like that. I'm a huge musical person. Right now in my life, I'm juggling I work from home, so I'm not too much struggling much, but like between cosplay and then the fact I am part of burlesque group, the Ybor City Sirens, I'm juggling that right now. Mm-hmm. So as much as I would love to do musicals and more panels, I am putting a little bit of a break on guesting. I'm only guesting over in like the Melbourne area because I have a friend over there who runs cons, and I'm like, hey, I will be there and help you, but neither here nor there. So actually, thank you for reminding me about the whole Broadway thing. So that Hallmat, we met each other. We actually were rooming on the same floor, and we didn't know. I was just so happened to be getting into Angelica and popped my head out because I heard Brayden's voice, and Brayden was our Lafayette. What is the character? Lafayette. The character. Oh my god, it's gonna kill me now. Lafayette and Jefferson. Lafayette and Jefferson. That's right. What he was playing as. So I heard his voice. So I'm like, why is he? What is he doing? Brayden is one of my con kids, so he does call me mom. So I poked my head out. I'm like, son, what are you doing? And I looked. I'm like, oh my god! Like, mind you, me and Ace met for the first time at our Hamilton panel. So we're all, oh my god, ha ha ha, all buddy. We're walking around like holding hands because we're Angelica and Liza Schuyler. So like, oh sisters, we're gonna walk around together. Everything went off without a hitch. The performance went off pretty great from what I remember. So, aside from me face planting twice, everything was fun. It was so much fun.
Well, that's show business.
So, yeah. So I actually, after that, I ended up running into some of the friends. We were supposed to go to the rave together. I think we ended up just walking around Hallmat together. And I went back to my friend's room because I went and escorted them back to the room just to make sure they got there safe. And they were like, oh, well, I don't remember the person's name, but like, oh, our friend so-and-so just got kicked out of their room. So they're on their way down. So we're talking, and the person goes, yeah, and then Ace. I was like, Ace. And then we were talking, and turns out Ace like freaked out for no reason. Apparently the person was coming in and out of the room too much, which is like, yeah, they paid for the room. I'm going to come in and out when I want to, but
why would they freak out over something so innocuous?
Yeah, and I'm
yeah,
like,
that's a little Weird.
Yeah, and I'm like, I could understand, like, maybe, like, if it was a guest, like, if you weren't staying there, don't be coming in my room so much. I would understand that, because I'm like, hey, if you're not staying here, like, either stay in or stay out. Please just pick one. I'm just also the type of person where, especially if I don't know the person, I would prefer, if you're going to stay in, stay in. If you need to go do something cool, but, like, pick and choose. But, like, I'm like, if this person is paying to stay there, they literally could come in and out whenever they want, especially if they have the room key. But from what I know, of what I was told and what I was shown, Ace was freaking out for no reason and just kicked them out. Let's just say this isn't going to be the first time they kicked out a minor out of the room. So this is it is a pattern. They have patterns,
Okay.
and
I gotta ask, for the sake of clarifying, by minor, how minor are we talking? Like
16, 17.
16,
around
17.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are, again, I would. Well, how old was that person? All I know is they did.
For the sake of argument, is this person psychotic? Because that sounds like a psychopath would do.
I am, again, I am not a professional. I can't really diagnose people.
None
I'm
of
far
us are.
from being a professional. But this person does have, I don't know what is really called. Like, she's very delusional. I will say that. She is very delusional. I'll say she was sociopath, because it's like no normal person would have a quarter of the things that this person has done. Like, sexually harass a 12-year-old, but neither here nor there. We'll get to that when I touch on the MetroCon stuff.
Okay.
MetroCon 2020, I didn't go 2021 was a trip.
Yikes.
To say the least.
Okay, yeah.
So, before that, Central Florida Comic-Con happened, and it was a couple of cons that me and Ace went to together, and we roomed together. I was like twice after that. And at one point, Ace was 18, 19. They somehow got alcohol. I figured out how they got the alcohol, and I'll explain that at the end of this a little bit. But they're like, "Oh my God, Marie, drink!" And I'm like, "I'm not trying to drink. I'm trying to cut back," because at that point, I had just moved in with my now ex-partner Sebastian, and I was just basically like, I don't want to drink right now. Like, I just got out of my other situation right before him. I'm not in a good mental place. I don't want to drink. I'm gonna get upset. And they just wouldn't stop. So after a while, I'm like, sure, whatever. So one, they kind of crossed the boundary with myself of just like, of course, I'm a grown ass woman. I should have not let her pressure me. But at the same time, it's like, okay, if I have one drink and you shut the hell up, cool, fine. So that happened, and I was I'm really horrible with names, but I think it was Suncoast Comic-Con, 2021. We were in one of the hallways hanging out, and all of a sudden Ace is like, "Oh my God, that's I'm not gonna say the person's name just to keep things anonymous. Blah, 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 blah. They're like, "Oh my God, that's so and so. Like, they did so much things to me. They cursed me out because I asked about a car." And like, she was putting on a whole show, and I'm like, okay, then leave them alone. If they start stuff with you, I'm gonna say something and be like, "Yo, this is not the place nor the time. Like, do that elsewhere." Ace started because I'm a lot more calm than I used to be, but back in that point in my life, I was still hyper aggressive. I was very much like ready for a fight, ready for everything. Like,
flightless
if I have to rip my wig off, I'm ripping my wig off. I'm still the same way.
Trying to throw hands all day, every day.
All day, every day. These hands were ready to eat. Still are ready to eat for everybody. Like, I was ready for any and everything.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, and after a while, Ace is like kind of poking and prodding me, trying to get me to like actually go up to this person and try to physically like do something. I'm like, no, we're not doing this.
Like,
absolutely
sorry,
not,
buddy.
And I'm thinking like, if this person is that much of a bother to you, you need to tell security. And that's a big point I want people to leave here tonight. If you ever feel unsafe at a convention, especially with somebody like Ace, personally, if I'm going to a convention, like what happened with Polycon, and I saw that she's there, I would be like, hey, this person has done a lot of things in the community, and I'm just letting you know for safety reasons, this person may or may not be an issue. I say, if you know that person, that someone, again, like Ace, if it's someone that you don't like if you and Sally Mae down the road just have stupid beef, just avoid them. But like, if you ever genuinely feel like your safety's at risk and you know somebody's going to be at a convention, I would say do reach out to the convention just to see what options can be there, especially what is that one phrase? Like, it's like works in numbers or something like that. Like,
Strength in numbers?
Strength in numbers.
Yeah.
So, again, with like this Ace situation, because I do know there's still a lot of people out there that hasn't spoken up yet. If you know, not even just Ace, if you know somebody's going to be there they're known to do things that are just abhorrent behavior, reach out to a con. I don't care if it has to be 25 different people bombarding the con. You need to let them know. And again, like with Polycon took it. I'm so happy and so thankful for Polycon for doing it. They took the safety of the congoers seriously from jump. But I'm getting way too ahead of myself. But basically, at that point, Ace was trying to incite violence, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do that because, like, no.
They're trying to goad into a fight.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Worse, he wanted you to fight their battles for them.
Yeah, and it's like, if you don't like this person this much, either go to security or deal with it. Like, if she's not, and the thing is, apparently the girl just kept on looking over at her, which I'm friends with the girl now. One of the sweetest girls. She is harmless, and I'm just like, after I heard her part, I'm like, you know what? Everything you said made perfect sense. Like the first day I met her, and because I explained to her, I'm like, listen, I didn't like you because I was friends with Ace and blah blah blah, and I got her side of the story, and I'm like, everything you just said, just put everything together, and it makes sense because Ace tells her half of the story. She doesn't tell the whole story.
Of course.
So, and it was with a lot of different people that this happened. That like Ace will tell me, oh well, this person did this, this, and this. And I get the full story. Again, a lot of these people come with receipts, too. So it's like, if you're going to lie, at least make sure it's not something that can be tracked back to you. Right. But anyways, basically, long story short, around this time, it was Central Coast Comic-Con and then Central Florida Comic-Con. Central Florida Comic-Con wasn't very, from what I remember, it wasn't very...
that big.
Yeah.
Yeah, this year they got to... finally expand over here into both their exhibition hall and the stadium bit, the little arena bit.
So they did. I was like, "Whew!" I'm kind of happy because again, it's a local convention. It's 30 minutes from my house. But for Central Florida Comic Con, it was me and basically I'm gonna just say the group name because at this point it was unofficially the Chaotic Cosplay. It was like I remember it was like me, the Mathis twins. It was my good friends Alex Pay. Like we all went out afterwards both days. Mm-hmm. First day we went to Longhorns and Ace was like, "Oh, I don't like Longhorns," and we're like, "Look at the menu," because I'm also a very picky eater. But my thing is, if I see something that I might like, I will at least go and try it. And then, well, I'm sorry. When worst comes to worst, if you at a restaurant you don't like what you have, go to the kids menu. They have chicken tenders. Just get some chicken tenders, you know.
Can't go wrong with chicky nuggies.
Exactly. We love chicky nuggies in here. Like we stand chicky tendies. Exactly. But yeah, no. So I was me and this part I'm gonna just like for again so it's some simplicity's sake I'll just say like because they're not too much big players in the thing and I don't think they even care if I mention their names. So it's me, Adam, a friend of Ace's, an Ace, and we were like, oh, we're gonna go out to eat. It was the first day of the Comic-Con. Oh, no, I don't want to go. I'm so picky. And I'm like, Ace, just look at the menu. If there's something you don't like, we will find something. Like, I'm not going to let you just, like, not eat. We will find a place. If there's a place that you want to go to that everyone agrees with, oh, that's fine, because I know some people are picky eaters. No, I'm going to just go home. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm going to go home. Are you positive? Like, I have no problem. Me and Adam sat there for a good 20 minutes while everyone else is at Longhorn Steakhouse questioning this girl of, are you sure? Are you sure? If you want to leave, we can leave. She was adamant. She wanted to go home. Fine, cool. Me, Adam, we all went to Longhorns, had a good time, blah, blah, blah. Next day, we all went to IHOP, and it was a bigger group of us.
Right.
And afterwards, we went to the Family Fun Center nearby. You know, so it has arcade, it has laser tag. Oh my god, laser tag was so fun. That's the weekend that I got bruised from both the massive twins because I'm 5 feet tall. They're both like 6'5". I ran into both of them, and I'm just like, I got one bruise on one leg from one twin, one bruise on the other leg from the other twin. It was great. Probably one of the best memories I have from a con, from like after con shenanigans.
I do need to interrupt you for just one moment here, Psychotic Beauty. Two people I want to say hello in the chat to. Firstly, I see someone here named Parker Palm on the YouTube chat. Hello there, Parker. Welcome to the Blackfiles. Or here saying thank you for bringing light to this situation. I've been dealing with this for 4+ years with a smiley single tear emoji. And another person by the name of Brandon Towns is on the chat. Hello there, Brandon Towns. Welcome to the Blackfiles, the uncensored podcast of the Ravens flock, saying, hey, I'm actually the head of Florida Polycon. We take the safety of our guests very seriously, and we are very grateful for those who brought this situation to our attention. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Towns. We appreciate that immensely.
Yes.
We really do. Thank you very much. Oh my
goodness, Brandon, thank you so much. Like, I literally from the bottom of my heart, when I tell you, so if anybody, I'm from New York City. I kind of just say stuff and then like don't really think about it. But I'm saying this in the most respectful way I can. Ace is a shit stain on the cosplay community, and I'm not saying that to be rude. It's just like that's how she is perceived.
Listen, you got two boys from Queens in the chat over here too, and Angel's been adopted by us. He's our brother, so he's a New Yorker by proxy. So
he actually did visit a few years ago. So he had a cup of coffee in New York.
Yeah. I'm trying to drive my boyfriend up there, like, babe, let's go. And he's like, we got a plan for it. Nope.
No, plan what? I know everywhere to go. Come on, let's go.
Exactly. Like, babe, let's go. We don't even need, we'll drive up. I can have a whole plan. I told him, like, babe, we can go up there. We can go to New Jersey. My aunt lives right outside the city. We'll stay there. I haven't seen my godmother in so long. I'm the baby. My godfather absolutely adores me.
There's this sick Irish pub in the middle of Manhattan Avenue, at the left side, a couple of blocks away from the Nintendo shop. Some of the best dark Guinness beer I've ever drank in my life.
Ooh.
If any Spider-Man fans out there, Spider-Man Homecoming was filmed in my neighborhood. I'm from Queens. I'm literally from that neighborhood. Yeah. So and Spidey is my favorite Marvel character. I don't know why. I just love Spider-Man so much.
Who doesn't love Spider-Man?
Cool.
I love
people without hearts.
Spider-Man. We cannot be friends.
He invented Kamen Rider. Respect Spider-Man.
Exactly.
Also, Blake the Wolf on the Twitch stream says, I know the truth about the car story with big wide eye emojis.
What car story?
What car story is that? I'm wondering what that's about.
We're getting lore that we didn't even knew about here.
Holy cow. Would you feel okay with Blake the Wolf joining in the stream?
Let's have Blake tell their story.
Okay.
Also, my boyfriend just said, what did he say? He's had coffee in New York City multiple times. I mean, it's coffee. I mean, you oh God, there we go.
It's all right. It's coffee. It's fine.
It's coffee. My friends make fun of me. Cookie Dough makes fun of me all the time. She's like, what?
It's
and she'll have me repeat myself. I look at him like, you stupid hoe. You know what I said? And she busts out laughing. I love her.
Oh my lord! No, Cookie Dough's an excellent cosplayer. I met her through whenever she would interact with Gotham Underground cosplay, so that's how I got to meet Nuts. The Ozzy J and Carnival of Fun and Crazy Kenna cosplay and Miss Riddlebox.
Oh my gosh, I miss her.
She's such a sweetheart. I love her to death. I mean that. I love her to the moon and back. And Carnival of Fun is such a sweet dude. I hope that he is able to get back on the road on the cosplay trail as soon as he can. Now, Blake the Wolf, since it seems like you're the only one on the Twitch stream. Oh no, we've got more people on the Twitch stream. Can you find folks? Go ahead and say hello. I'm going ahead and I put down the Zoom link for Blake the Wolf only. So Blake the Wolf, please, if you'd be so kind, go ahead and join in if you have Zoom. Or if not, I believe there's like a web app that can open up. Do you have a code?
No.
There shouldn't need to be a code. You can just click on it and it'll enter. There shouldn't need to be a code. Let me do a thing. I have to science some more. This is what I mean when it comes to me being the tech guru of the team. I gotta.
This is very quickly turning into a true crime documentary.
Not exactly.
More witnesses appear as more evidence piles over the guilty party.
Not exactly. Well, we do have a whole Google Docs file with a bunch of screenshots, and I'm hoping that Psychotic Beauty can help me navigate it all. Let me see here. I'm going to do a
continuing
thing.
that matter, while Juan does his thing, allow me to offer my 2 cents in this case. While I can hardly call myself a psychologist, it is very easy to read people with such kind of attitude. From what you are telling me so far, this person seems to be suffering from not just a combination of extreme mental immaturity, but a severe case of main character syndrome. They have to have things their way only, and there is no highway. And instead of telling you what she wants, she will essentially throw a tantrum, walk away, and behave like a spoiled child with delusions of grandeur. And you are expected to know what they're thinking. You're expected to know exactly what they want. And if you don't, they behave as if they already made it known, as if the signals were ever so obvious. Am I in the ballpark? Huh?
Yeah.
I wish I wasn't. I hate those people.
Don't you hate?
Yeah, no.
Don't you hate it when we're right about something and it's the worst thing to be right about?
It's literally the worst thing to ever happen.
It's like this person again. She's very good at playing the victim. I will tell her. There's some people who are like they will try to play victims. Like, yeah, no, like absolutely. She has a lot of people. She had MetroConf for a long time, and this touched the whole Polycon. Polycon from the get go was on. It was like, we got you. If you have any information, so again, I'm the type of person. Again, like I said earlier, do what you want to do what you got to do, live your life, because at some point somebody's not gonna like you anyway. So again, I live by that. When I saw that Ace was announced, I was at my boyfriend's house this past weekend, and I was like, "Are you like?" I flipped down. He was looking at me like, "Are you okay? Like, you're kind of what is going on?" I had to explain like, this person is just disgusting, and I went on a poor rant. That poor kid. And because there is another I'm not gonna this is not me trying to say I'm not gonna name the person. I'm not gonna, if you know, you know, if you don't, you don't. I do have personal issues with a different cosplayer on the roster.
Right.
However, I am the type of person where as long as I stay away from this person and she stays away from me, I don't care. Just you do you.
Right, like if
be
you're
great.
If you've got
you do what you do, we do what we do, two ships passing in the night.
Exactly. And it's like I let them know, like, hey, me and this person, we kind of don't get along. I just need us to be separate. Like, yeah, no problem. If you guys are on the con floor, you can't do everything. I'm like, that's fine. I just, table-wise, I cannot be near this person. They were very accommodating. Again, Polycon is absolutely great. Love Polycon. I've only been there twice. Again, I am local, but I didn't get to attend last year, because last year I was still living over in Port Charlotte, and I am back home in Davenport. Yay. But as soon as I saw Ace get announced, I kind of flipped out, because I'm like, I saw them at Central Florida Comic-Con, and they looked me dead in my face, and I just saw her eyes go wide as saucers and walk right past me. And I looked over at my friend, at Paige. I'm like, hey, it's Ace. And she goes, oh, yeah, I remember Ace. Okay. And I went right back to doing what she was doing. And I started cracking up because, you know, Juan's met my puppy, Corey. And actually, all three of you met Corey at Phantasm last year.
Yeah,
she's
not
even
dog. Then. He was also at Hall Mat at the charity ball. We were there for like, I know, Angel, you were there for like 5 minutes. Jose, you were there with me. I was there with K-Storm. And
I met the pupper.
Yep, Corey was so adorable. I also remember... And I also remember how you had to basically skedaddle. Your dog is having a brain noodle. After that, you were just like, okay, no, I'm done.
She was very overwhelmed. I'm very proud of her. I've had her since she was 10 weeks old. So that's also a reason why if I walk away, of course I don't walk her off leash, but like there's times where I just put her, if I have a cosplay that has the belt on, or I can just tie her to me, I tie her to my waist, and she doesn't pull, she just kind of sits there. Her new thing is she has learned how to bark, so she does bark at people she doesn't know. She's like Groot. She does not like hats. So if you have a hat on and she's barking at you, if you take it off, most likely she'll just shut up, because that's happened a couple of times. She's like that with my friend Kaylee. Kaylee, she always sees Kaylee in her Freddy cosplay, her Freddy Krueger cosplay. As soon as Kaylee takes off her hat, she chills out, and I'm like, okay, she just hates hats. Don't know why. But yeah. I went on a tangent and I forgot.
Okay, we were talking about Corey. Getting back to Ace. Getting back to DelicateNote.
Getting back to that. again, Polycon has been very, very accommodating, very nice about everything. And when I saw that Ace was announced, freaked out. I'm like, absolutely not. I conferred with a couple friends. I'm like, I don't know if I'm comfortable, like, kind of guessing at this point. Like, XYZ person I can deal with. Like, our issues are our issues, and I already know how she is. And it's something I could deal with. It's nothing out of the ordinary. It's
Right.
con drama. It's just drama in general. And it's like, I'm pretty good about just like minding my business because half the time I'm half asleep anyway.
Right. It's like it's a live and let live kind of thing. It's like, okay, if we're here to help promote ourselves and we're here as guests at the convention, let's have fun with the folks who are here to see us. Let's have fun with the event. We don't have to talk to each other. We don't have to deal with each other. Maybe like if we do run across each other, hi, hello, handshake, whatever, move along. It's simple. It can be done.
Like if I have to work with that person, I know I can suck it up. They will most likely suck it up, and we'll just work on it. Okay, cool, we're done. I'm going back to what I'm doing.
Like cool. That
But with
can be
Ace, it
done.
was
But
like-
Ace, on the other hand,
It's more like I can. Again, Ace loves to pick and prod and instigate. Not to say that the other person also likes to too, but they pick and choose their battles. Ace, on the other hand, will do it in such a discreet way that nobody notices it except for the person she's targeting. And then once things pop off, she's crying wolf, and it's like no. So it's like between the physical altercations between her, physical altercations. From I know there was one or two of them. But she has been physically aggressive towards people. Endangering minors. Again, when we get to the MetroCon story, I will have to unload that whole part. But
yes, please.
it's just with
that's a
everything
whole
that Ace
bag of
has done.
cats.
It's like I would love to. Polycon gave me the opportunity to guest, and again, it's local, so it's like, oh my gosh, like it's a local con. I get to meet people in my neighborhood that I can. It's great, but. And again, this is nothing on Polycon. They didn't know. They didn't really,
We couldn't have known
especially
that this was
since
gonna happen.
she has her new is daydream.re, which is spelled RHI, or is short for her name Rhiannon. So I think she's going by Rhiannon again, because I know she does switch between Ace, Rhiannon, and a third name I
Right.
can't think of right now. But I kind of freaked out. Talked to some friends like, hey, Ace is back. I knew they were back. I thought they were just in town. Apparently, they're actually here. Everyone's like, if you feel like you cannot be around her, because the people who I talked to, aside from my partner and like two other people, they're like, if you really don't want to be around Ace, when we know how Ace is, you might want to drop, just because with all the drama that comes with Ace, it was more of a no, thanks, but like this, I did bring it to Polycon's attention. I'm probably going to get yelled at by my board for saying this, but I brought it to Polycon's attention, told him like, hey, because half of the roster actually, like people like Star Cosplay, Beck Noir, half their roster I'm actually really good friends with.
Right.
So it's like seeing everybody's like, oh my god, I get to see my friends that I don't get to see that often. And then there's Ace, and then I explained it to Polycon like, hey, these are really good friends of mine, half of your roster. However, with this one cosplayer, because of what they've done in the past, I may have to drop. More so because I want as a safety thing to, again, when Ace has done, like, there's drama, and then there's doing stuff to minors.
There's drama, there's conflict, and then there's active harm. And
There's been a jerk, and then there's been an asshole.
Exactly.
Real quick, Parker Palm in the YouTube chat is saying that the third name that Ace goes by would be Luna. Also, let me see here. There's also someone, Aiden C.
Oh, did he cut out for everybody else too?
Yeah, his sound dropped off.
Oh,
Joe,
Yeah,
can
so-
you hear one?
I heard Aiden, and then
yeah, no, I can hear you. I can hear you, Angel, and I can hear you, Psychotic Beauty. Juan is the one that dropped out.
We lost him again.
Oh,
It's
boy.
a shame ever since
No.
Juan died of Ligma.
Yeah.
Do not try that, Angel.
Sometimes
there
I
you
can
are.
still hear his voice.
You can hear my voice just fine. You're the one who's got
You will
Ligma.
live on
there we
in
go. Oh
infamy.
god.
I
Juan
know.
will live
We're
on in
we're
infamy.
we are infantile little. We are simple creatures here.
We are
Marie,
easily
I
amused
apologize.
monkeys.
Oh, trust me. You should hear the conversations I have with my friends. You're fine. It's perfectly. Again, a lot of stuff I said to my friends, they just look at me like, Marie, are you okay? Not in the slightest.
Like, no, not at all. I am not. Parker Palm is also here. They said, I've been scared to come forward with my side of the situation, so to see a large entity coming forward against them gives me more bravery to do the same. If you need more info on the 2018, 2020-ish timeline, I have it, especially on the Idol.
On the what?
No.
Juan's mic dropped. This is
Stop dying, god damn it.
This is becoming a problem.
We sincerely apologize.
Juan, we can't hear you.
Have you tried putting Vicks on it?
Oh my goodness. Ugh.
Oh my god. Give me a second.
Juan, Juancho, I think you need to double check your equipment, man. This has been going on all night.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
It's like the Verizon commercial.
Good god, that's terrible. Especially considering I know I used to work for that and other cell phone companies. I'm not going to go into it any further from there. That's freaking embarrassing. But yeah, no. What I was saying was that Parker was saying that they also have information about Ace from back in 2018, 2020, specifically in the Idol scene, in the Idol cosplayer scene.
I'm not in the Idol scene, so I have nothing about that. So Parker, if you have information.
So, oh god
also,
dang it.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
They're all here telling me no. God dang it. They're over here trying to tell me to put vapor rub on it. Y2V, what the hell?
Jesus Christ.
I hope you're proud of yourselves.
I am.
Very much so.
That being said, I gotta admit, it is rather damning amount of, well, I wouldn't call it evidence, but the fact that the moment we mentioned this person, and the second you started going just a few minutes into her transgressions, we are getting so many voices from many other places going, oh yeah, this jackass, and Bryce.
Yeah.
I don't want to believe rumors and heresy, but I got so many voices telling me the same thing. I cannot help but to become suspicious.
Yeah, and I definitely, my biggest thing is I was quite growing up. I was very to myself. I was bullied growing up, and I never found my voice. When I did, yeah, it was. I may or may not have been violent at one point. That's another story for another time. But basically, I just want to be a voice for the people who are too scared to say anything. Or like Parker, thank you so much for speaking up. And if anybody, like, regardless of the situation, even if it was, putting Ace aside, I'm very much, if you need help talking about something, if you need to do, again, I'm very mama bear. That's why I have a couple of my younger con humans call me mom or auntie, because I'm very protective over people. It's just how I am as a person. I'm a very nurturing person. I just want people to just speak up for themselves. Like, you have a voice, use it. And I'm saying that with love and as gentle as I can be with my New York heart. Use your voice. You
speak up
no
for
matter
yourself.
how
We're
big
here
or
for
small
you.
the issue is. Speak your piece. Don't be afraid. Like, again, like I said earlier, there's always going to be somebody who's going to have an issue with you. So you might as well live your life the way you want to live it. Because no matter what, somebody's going to have an issue with you.
It is said that the only reason why evil men triumph is because good men sit back and do nothing. Sometimes even talking about the problem can be enough. Sometimes even saying something is enough for people to ask about it. And if our voice is the strongest weapon that we have, then we shouldn't silence ourselves. Lord knows the government does enough to silence everyone else as it is.
And I was very silent on the whole Ace thing. Like, I was super nervous to say anything to Polycon because I'm like, I already said something about one person. I don't want them to think that I'm being problematic. It's just, I'm a very vocal person, especially if I cannot be around somebody. Again, with the other person, as long as they're not near me for a prolonged period of time, I can deal with them. Ace, again, is a whole nother entity in of itself. And from the get-go, they were like, oh my gosh, we had no idea. If you have anything to show us, like, any proof, anything. I was like, hey, I have, I can get people to message you. I can look for old posts. I can look for this. I can do this. I can do this. And I got together all the stuff I can. Finally found a Google Drive, found the petition, found everything that I can on Ace. And was like, this is what I found. They announced Ace, all their cosplay guests this past Sunday. By Monday morning, Ace was banned.
Quick work.
That is insanely fast.
They worked. Like, I woke up like, yeah, we're going to ban Ace. If you want to let your friends know, anybody who may have been,
harmed by this person,
affected by their presence. And when I tell y'all, like, I will always have so much respect and so much love for Polycon. It took Polycon less than 24 hours. It took MetroCon damn well near 2 years.
Well, see, that part doesn't surprise me at all.
And my thing
Walmart.
So my issue with MetroCon is they had released at least 2 statements prior regarding Ace, from what I know.
Well, at least they managed to get it done.
Yeah, so I got to chime in.
They managed to get it done, but it's like...
Juancho, if you don't mind, I actually would like to chime in. So as someone who's I want to say to a degree, connected with the MetroCon staff, I actually used to be part of their shows for 2017 to 2018. Like, okay, so why did it take them 2 years to now, put their foot down?
So, was it 2 years or was it more?
Because you said 2021. We're in 2023 now.
Jesus freaking Christ. It took them about a year. I said 2 years for some reason. It took them about a year for them to completely ban Ace. So, just to fast forward just my storyline really quick, just so that we get to... Because MetroCon was one of the biggest things that I remember. So after Central Florida Comic-Con, again, both days we were like, Ace, come with us if you want to come with us. If you don't want to come, we're not going to force you, but come with us, blah, blah, blah. Couple weeks later was VillaCon's first year. So we were all had big group chat. We're going to get a big suite with all these beds, blah, blah, blah. And Ace was texting like, do I have the text messages? Hold up. Hold our phones. I think I have the text messages. I have my old phone right next to me.
The original text from your discussion with Ace on that? Holy crap.
Nice.
I believe so.
Yo,
I know I have screenshots of it.
That would be insane.
The mystery thickens like syrup.
Or well-made gravy.
Well-made gravy, yes.
Yo,
Was it?
while you're looking for that, I did want to see what else is happening here in the chat. Let me see here. Parker Palm is giving a very abridged version here in the chat. They're saying basically the issues I was dealing with was bullying, blaming sexual assaults on the victims, forcing people into clothes they weren't comfy in, endangering minors, gaslighting, manipulation. Cherry on top is online stalking, Lamau.
Oh, they stalked me, and I'm just like, continue looking, please. Search me up. Raise the algorithm. Make me a topic.
By all means. Oh, God.
Oh, my God. So I have to go. Okay, so I have 3 phones. Don't judge me. I break phones a lot.
It's okay. No, you're fine. You're fine. We're still the plebeians over here with just 1 phone on each of us. There's just 3 of us. So unless
I have my old phone I've had since 20... Jesus Christ. I have Okay, so I just recently upgraded my phone last year from an iPhone. What are you? iPhone 7 to the 11? I don't know. It was a free upgrade.
Nobody's perfect. I'm not judging iPhone users.
And I prefer the one with the button.
Yeah.
But that's because simply, but if I could find a screen, I will also upload. If anybody wants to help me update the Google Drive, I will probably upload a lot of stuff there in the next coming days because, again, I'm trying my best to be very diplomatic about it. I'm very, very much like, it's not my problem, not my circus, not my monkeys, not my problem. But if I'm going to a convention and I know Ace is going to be there, I will at least let the con staff know, hey, I know you can't really do much. She hasn't done anything on premises yet, but you need to be made aware of this person. It's kind of like, I'm going to say this person's name just because they are very infamous in the horror community for being very gross towards women. It was kind of like the whole Sloan thing. Whenever Sloan would go to a con, we would reach out and they'd be like, well, if he says something, say something. We would, nothing happened, and then he finally got banned. But it's like, with Ace, it's the same thing. It's like, hey, they are just again, and it's not even like oh my gosh, she's not a good person. She's so no. It's like this person has put people in danger,
Like
has put
no, like okay,
kids in physical harm.
we can be douchebags to each other, but it's like there's being a douchebag, and then there's like I'm going to go out of my way to make sure that you get hit by a truck or something.
It's
That's
called
exactly how she
boundaries,
is.
man.
So my thing is, I know she's going to be at MegaCon, and I already had a couple people tell me they're kind of scared to go to Mega because they don't want her to corner them, because she does that. She will corner you sometimes. She hasn't done to me because again, I'm loud enough to where I'll be like, "Do you have a problem? Do you want to talk about it, or do you want to sit there and cry?"
Oh my goodness. Okay. And I did mention earlier, we're not here to disparage anyone, but I will say, for the sake of transparency, I do personally plan on attending MegaCon.
I found it.
Friday and Saturday. So, hi. I'm not going to be hard to miss, even in that gigantic freaking Boeing 747 space shuttle hangar that they call the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando. So, okay, you said you found
I found the messages. They're a little all over the place, so I'm going to try to talk about what I can. Okay, so this actually coincides with the timeline I'm talking about right now, so this is perfect. And we had a big group chat, and Ace was complaining about it. Actually, I had those messages right here. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so I just need to make sure this was June 18th. This was June 16th. Okay, so let me start with June 16th first. So Ace has a habit of mouthing off. And again, I'm like, I don't care if you're a friend of mine or not. If you're going to be rude towards me or have an attitude, I'm not going to sit here and let you, oh, we're friends. No, you don't. Watch your tone. Calm down. Speak your mind respectfully. So Ace had texted me, don't mean to be rude, but who put stand in your shoe today? And I remember because in the chat, she just kept on arguing with Alex, the craft goblin. And it's like, Alex wasn't doing anything. Ace was doing what she does best and trying to basically like be the victim, blame us for not including her. And Alex called her out on it. And she tried being rude about it to Alex. And I told Ace, like, yo, she's not doing anything wrong. You need to stop, like, in our DMs. And I remember she was being really disrespectful in the group chat, and I said something. So she said that. She then followed up with, everyone here is so rude and petty. Fit this standard or die sort of thing. I'm over it. So I said, Ace, I care. I really do. You need to see someone about your anxiety. Her, I'm fine. I just responded with, okay. She says, do you still need Lunar to be picked up or no? I gotta know for gas. I said, I'm good. I'm having Maddie sleep over, then grabbing Lunar. Okay, so am I not coming? I went to go type something. It looks like I might have missed a chunk of paragraph here. Yes, it looks like I'm missing a couple of screenshots here. So if I find it, I find it.
All right.
So I had put. I remember. She got really she was just kept on being disrespectful, so I just left the group chat. So I said something snarky to her, like regarding what she said. I do remember what was going on. So I said, I left the chat because I was getting aggravated, and you want to say someone's being petty and then do it to me, who only said something because the energy was off, and you were coming off as, look at me, pay attention to me. Oh, nobody said anything to me immediately. I guess nobody cares. Wow. And that's the attitude you want to have towards someone who always tried to help you. When you came to me with something, that's fine. I won't entertain it. I'm not here to babysit. If you won't be an adult and talk about a problem, I can't help. If you want to talk to the collective and squash it, fine. Until then, I got stuff to do.
Holy.
And then she said something. I don't know what she said. I'm trying to figure that out. It's cut off. And I said what I had to say. Her, can you not read what I said? I said, I'm not speaking on the matter anymore. And she said, you literally always tell me to read, so you're just going to drop me. I said, I'm done. I'm just done talking on this matter. When you're ready to properly talk to me about the issue and work out your issues and resolve them, I'm stepping away. There's only so much I can say to you before it becomes repetitive. And then she quoted, because you know how you can respond to text. So she responded to something I said. I apparently said, you said yourself you don't want to be around people who disrespect you. And she says, I mean, yeah, she literally was rude to me, but I never said I didn't want to hang with you. I don't mind hanging with you guys if I get an apology from her. Talking about Alex, which Alex said nothing wrong. after I get that, I would apologize to the group, but she's the one being petty. Okay, I see what I said. Okay, so this screenshot goes in front of the other screenshot that I just read. But she says, I mirror Angie. I said, well, apparently I also got beat in my own game, so if that's how you feel, I'll just go be a loser with my friends. And that's when I went off on her in the previous slide.
Whoa, that is loaded.
Whoa.
Holy crap.
Oh,
Quite
there's
a bit
more.
of word hoarding in there for the person that refuses to acknowledge any responsibility.
She will not
I noticed
acknowledge
at the
that she did
moment you
anything
called.
wrong.
I noticed the moment you called her out and basically asked her, "Why don't you behave like a goddamn adult and actually tell me what's happening?" Nothing, because to
Nothing.
admit the
She won't say
problem
anything.
would
I'm
be
like,
to admit fault, and we can't have that.
yes. So she said, did you ever text you back? I said, she said, nah. Okay, so are you dropping me, or I would rather not lose my sister over someone else's pettiness? So I said it wasn't over someone else's pettiness. It was over the fact that you've been having little tantrums over you excluding yourself because you don't want to do anything, and then your little attitude in chat, and then the fact you had said some stupid petty little shit. I'm honestly not in the mood to talk right now. I need to be left alone right now, and I would appreciate it if you just give me that space, respect me, and give me that space. Okay, sure. Just let me know. See you at MetroCon if anything. Little do I know, that bitch is crazy.
That's a good one. That's actually pretty good.
Thank you for summarizing this entire wonderful episode. Yo, dog, that bitch is crazy.
That bitch is crazy. So I'm going to read another screenshot of something, and I'm going to give backstory. If the person wants to speak up and explain, they can. But basically, there was a little bit of an issue at a convention. I forgot which con. Some people felt uncomfortable around another cosplayer, and Ace was talking a lot of shit about this cosplayer. Well, everyone else was like, "Oh no, they did this, this, and this. We just until we speak to them, we kind of going to keep our distance." And Ace just started talking shit. And Ace does what she does best: take what she said and pin it on somebody else. So the person ended up telling me they won't go to the next convention, and basically, I heard from a different source as well that Ace said it. I ended up sending them. I think I sent them screenshots. I'm almost certain I did. Sending them screenshots and showing them like Ace is the one who kind of said everything, and they were like, "Wow, that's some bullshit." So Ace then messaged me when it looks like a couple days later. Are you getting a room for VillaCon? Yeah, I might want to go, and if I do, I would have to have a room. Do you have any room? I believe so. How much? Let me check. How much are tickets? Do you know? And what days? No, Saturday next week. Can you send me their profile website? I can't find it. It's getting me aggravated. And I sent them the con thing. Is it just one day? Yeah, I work, but I could try to take off its suspension. Oh, what night are you getting the room for? Friday through Sunday. Oh, shoot. Okay, I'm off Friday, but Sunday I work. I probably work Sunday night. I think I can make it. How much for the room? I don't know yet. I could bring the stuff from last con room. Max has to approve you being in the group chat. This is before the other text. So, we're going backwards for a second.
Right.
Brayden's.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
I gotta mention two things. Parker Palm is actually asking to come into the stream. They went ahead and DM'd us over on our Instagram saying, hey, it's Parker Palm from the live stream. I'd like to go ahead and give an in-depth story from my side of the Ace Rhiannon drama. This person genuinely made me feel unsafe from 2018 to 2020 in our shared idol cosplay group, Shining Moon, where we both were co-leaders and best friends for 2 years. I let them know that to give us a little bit of time on that, so you can get through on what you're going through with the screenshots on the old phone. And Brandon Towns in the YouTube chat is saying, on behalf of myself and the Florida Polycon staff, we're grateful for your help with the situation. We're sorry for any problems that this brought to light from those affected by this individual. So, again, Brandon, thank you very much for your swift and decisive action on all this. I'm sure everyone who's been...
We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, everyone who brought this
very
to
much
concern is very grateful to the decision and the work that you guys have done. That being said, in a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and send the invite to Parker Palm so that they can jump into the Zoom chat as well, so they can speak up about this as well. First things first, though, Psychotic Beauty, you go ahead and finish up as much as you can with the situation.
So, since there is a lot, what I'm probably going to do is, there is a Google Doc. I'm just going to upload all my screenshots and everything I have, and I'll just put it under Marie, and then I'll put my tag. And so if anybody who wants to read whatever I went through with Ace, because I tried really hard to be nice to Ace, but it's like there's only so much. Don't disrespect me when I'm not doing anything to you. Just you be mad on your own. Don't take that all on me.
I got
So much
ahead
for
and
trying to be the bigger woman when the other side keeps burning down the bridge.
I went ahead and I put the link to the Google Doc for folks to interpret on their own. Brandon Towns is also asking, if you don't mind me asking, do you have any advice on how to know better for the future who is problematic in the cosplay community? I would say the easiest way to find out is to ask around. There's going to be people who have had negative experiences. A lot of it's going to come off real catty, but when you see any one particular person come up and being mentioned in terms of issues that may be potentially hazardous, that is where you need to really keep your eyes open and keep your ears open. I'm sorry if it sounds really vague. I only know convention owners for as like at arm's length for whoever they'll like keep us at arm's length over there, because some like I said, there's folks in the con community who don't like the Ravens flock. There were con owners in the past. I emphasize were.
The fact that they turned out to be complete pieces of garbage, barely fit to be called humans, has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that they didn't like us. I'm just saying, if someone tells you who they are, believe them.
Believe them the first
time. I would
just
say do your research as much as you can.
Right.
With somebody like Ace who changes their name frequently, there's really no way to know unless you have insight in the cosplay community. You know, there's people like myself, I changed names, but that was only from, I think I changed within the year I started to cosplaying, because the name I chose, I was like, it was not fitting me. And that's how I got to Psychotic Beauty. All my stuff is the same. My burlesque stuff is the same. My cosplay stuff, everything, even my PSN and my all my gaming stuff is Psychotic Beauty. It just became part of me. So I would say, ask around. There's really no way to, like, with stuff like this. If you do a deep, it's a deep dive, and again, it's like if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't kind of issue, because. Again, I'm keeping things vague. If you know, you know.
There's
the person I have problems with that's also guesting at Polycon is also kind of well known in a different community for being problematic. However, I'm not going to bring that up because it's like, I know this person. I know when they're guesting, they take it seriously and they will at least avoid issues. So it's not like, you know, and I brought it up to Polycon. Polycon, she's like, we'll just keep you separate. And again, that's all I personally needed. So it's like, it's a very touch and go subject, because like I said, the person I have issue with has issues with a lot of other people. I don't want to say they're on the same level as Ace per se, because they haven't, I mean, well, this person's also younger than me, and I've known this person for longer than I actually known Ace, but they've done things and said things that are abhorrent behavior as well. And but it's not, they don't pose a safety risk. They're just dramatic, you know?
Yeah, right. It's just there's going to be discussions. There's going to be arguments.
There's going to be arguments. There's going to be whispers. So it's like...
But that's not to say
unless you're like really like absolutely no drama, there's going to be drama. It's a bunch of people dressing up in cosplay.
There's a lot of ego. There's a lot of
nerds and failed college degrees in one location. There's no way there's not going to be drama.
Even at especially at a college.
Especially exactly. My thing is like, even though it's a college, it's still a school campus. And I'm like, I don't want. Another thing was, I don't want Polycon to be seen as, oh, they're, you know, I don't know how to say it, but harboring, because by standards and how she's 10, well, because I know it was a 12 or 13-year-old. They weren't 13-year-olds yet, but Ace can't be, again, this is not me slandering anything. I'm just saying by textbook definition and from what I know of what I've seen and been told by 12-year-olds, that's pedophilia. Above 12, 13 to 17 is called is hebephilia. Hebephilia is pedophilia, but it's a teenager. So that's also a good thing. Please, 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 if you're going to accuse somebody of being a creep, please know the difference. It's still the same thing, but like, no, I guess because I mean, I was a preschool teacher, but like, I'm very much like terminology. Do not call somebody a pedophile if they're doing this, because if they're a certain age, it's just continuous statutory.
Yes. Also, certain accusations are extremely heavy and carry long-lasting consequences to people's lives. Please do not throw that word around willy-nilly. That is very dangerous.
Yeah, so it's like different things are different tiers. So it's like if you're gonna accuse somebody of something, make sure you know what you're saying. But this person, okay, just to fast forward to the whole MetroCon thing. So after everything that happened in that group, again, to throw it back, we were in a Broadway thing, and as Juan said, that we did perform. What the hell is that?
Hamilton.
I'm sorry, something just fell over. We did perform in MetroCon. DelicateNote Cosplay was in charge of it. Mm-hmm. And after seeing all the drama that Ace was bringing and disrespecting other members, she was like, hey, she tried having a conversation with Ace, and Ace kept on putting off and putting it off. And after a while, Lyric was just like, well, if you're not going to talk to me, then I'm going to just tell you how it is. You're out of the group. She said a lot. She had a whole other thing, but like Ace did get kicked out because of the way she was acting. Ace proceeded to then stalk us at MetroCon.
Oh.
Whoa, no freaking way. You got to be shitting me. No, come on.
And just for context, we're talking Metro 2021, right?
Correct. So she was following us around. It got to a point where she cornered a friend of, and y'all, when I was really tired, and when Marie is tired, Marie get angry. We're upstairs in the vendor room, and I just remember one of my friends going, Ace is following me and won't leave me alone. I was in Spider MJ that day. I whipped my wig off, and I was taking my shoes off. I remember running. Adam was behind me going, Brittany, don't do anything. Take a Chance Cosplay was like, Brittany, do not hit her. You're going to get in trouble. And then my other friend was there like, don't do anything.
I think they're trying to tell you a message there.
Huh?
I think they're trying to send you an important message. I wonder what it could be.
Violence is not the answer. So it's the question, and the answer is yes.
Damn it, Angel. That's not what they're saying.
I just went full mama bear of, she won't leave you alone. I'm going to get her to leave you alone. So I'm like stomping around. I finally find, I think it was Max. I want to say it was Max. I don't remember who it was. I know Max had
on the YouTube stream, Collectic-Files on the chat. They're saying, "Tell him, Marie, let me know if I'm ever around." Saying Will, and then says, "Is Ace the one you were telling me about a while ago?"
Possibly. Okay. I have a horrible memory, so Will, please message me and I'll clarify it. But I just went, okay, well, if she won't leave you, because I know she was following us the day before too. And my thing is like, if you're not going to say something, if you're not going to try to squash your issue, don't stop it. What? It's like that one Shaq meme. Stop it.
No, it's Michael Jordan. Yeah, stop it. Get some help.
Exactly.
We keep that meme as a goddamn joke over here when we're doing Wrestle Rewind over here, Joe. Even like we actually keep that meme. Okay.
Yes, we do.
Also, I do not like to interrupt, but Blake the Wolf is knocking on the door in the Zoom chat. I'm gonna go ahead and let them in because they have a situation they want to bring up as well. Would it be okay if I go ahead if we put a timeout on you?
Put a pause.
Yes,
Actually, you can put a timeout on me as we're getting close to 11:30, and since there's nobody else at home right now, I have to go to bed earlier than usual and take out several piles of trash. So unfortunately, this is the part where I turn in.
Okay, Angel. We'll see you Saturday for Los Amigos Play. Am I right?
Of course you will. Please tune in at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as we endure yet another episode of Bayonetta 3, where somehow the plot is getting more batshit insane and the action is getting more hilariously over the top. Seriously, I'm going to need a third arm by the time this is over. I'm going to need 3 controllers, and one of them with my feet.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, Angel, before you bounce, I know we're not done yet, but do you have any final thoughts on this?
Nothing else to say. This person is a disgusting individual, one that clearly engages in excessive amount of gaslighting, physical and psychological violence, because they, sadly, have not grown up. They have not learned to accept responsibility or accountability for their actions. And until they learn the lesson will have to be repeated time and time again. Hopefully, it will not come to the point where actual physical violence is required. But if it does, send me the footage. I need something to laugh at.
Oh,
It's been good, everybody. Miss Psychotic Beauty and Mr. Blake the Wolf, thank you kindly for coming here today. Apologies, I cannot stay longer than usual, but nonetheless, it has been an honor to be with you today. Thank you for your time.
We appreciate you, Angel. You have a good night, okay? Be safe.
Always.
Awesome, man. All right, so that's Angel. He's out for the night. So here's what's up. I see we have Blake the Wolf in the chat. Then Blake the Wolf is on the stream now. Blake the Wolf, welcome to the Black Files. Thank you for joining us here. Can you hear us? Blake the Wolf, are you here? We can't hear you.
Blake.
I think they're having connection issues.
I think you're right.
It's Spectrum.
Yeah, no, it's got to be Spectrum because, for Christ's sake, earlier today I was having that because I also work from home and like in the middle of a call with a customer, just dropped. They couldn't hear anything. I couldn't hear them at all. It was a nightmare. It was dumb, but I'm pretty sure it's Spectrum's fault again. Still, always. Let me check over here. You send me another link in the Whisper. They just sent that. Give me just a second. I'm having they're in the Twitch stream. I'm having so many technical issues. All right, I'm gonna send it to them one more time. Let's try if I can. Yep. Are you sure you have no Zoom code? Yeah, we're positive there's no Zoom code at all. It keeps pulling my app up, but then it just takes me to my homepage. That is so weird. Yeah, no, there's no code that's supposed to be in on this. I literally sent Jose, Angel, and Psychotic Beauty the exact same code, so or the exact same link. So there shouldn't be any problem. I'm really sorry. I don't know what's going on over there, Blake the Wolf. I apologize. Try stepping out of the Zoom call and then stepping back in. Maybe that should help over there. I can't make any guarantee, but you can give it a try.
Just know, Corey's staring straight into my soul and just huffed at me because I haven't pet her. You want to come at mommy?
Mother,
of course. As soon as she said that, she crawls over to me. Hi, baby.
Also,
Hi,
Gene
girl.
Rick is in the YouTube chat. How's it going there, Gene Rick? Welcome to the Black Files. And they're showing off their badge of having been an inner flocker for 6 months. Thank you so much, Gene Rick, for the continued support.
Excellent, and we thank you very much.
You know, they're saying, "Hey guys, sorry I'm so late working on the last break." You take your time, Gene Rick. Don't worry, we literally had to cut off the stream at the first 8 minutes and start back up anew. Don't worry about it. You're free to check us out on the replay if you need to. All right, Blake the Wolf. Let's see if you can unmute. Now let's see if we can
I
hear
get
you.
it to work?
There you are.
Yay!
There you
Yay!
are. Finally, Blake the
Finally.
Wolf. Hello there. Welcome to the Black Files. We can hear you now.
All right.
All right. So, as we understand it over here, since you've been watching us on the Twitch stream, since we do split the stream on YouTube and Twitch, and Planet Q Screen, by the way, is sharing this stream on Twitter. So we're of course on twitter.com/RainsFlock13. If you're not following us there, what's the matter, you? Anyway, Blake the Wolf, go ahead and let us know the situations that you've been dealing with regarding DelicateNote, regarding Rhiannon, Ace, Luna, whatever they're calling themselves now.
Well, that car issue I was talking about was something I think PB already knows about, because she had said something about how the girl was actually really sweet and stuff. I was talking about how Rhiannon... Okay, so a while ago, I posted a story saying, hey, if anybody knows anything about Rhiannon or this other person, please let me know. I will speak out about them. And this one girl, I think, let me see if I can pull it up. She had come to me saying that the story that made her leave Rhiannon, like, not be friends with her, was about how she was trying to sell her car to her, and Rhiannon ended up saying something about, "Oh, if I get this car, I'm gonna run you over with it."
Excuse
Or
me?
something.
Oh my god,
I'm
yeah.
not
Yeah.
freaking
I'm gonna-
selling you my
You
car.
know what I'm
What?
talking about, PB. You know what I'm
Okay,
talking
I'm gonna
about,
message you
PB.
on Instagram with the person's name.
Yes.
What
Because,
the
like,
hell? That went from 0 to 60 way too quickly.
I'm not kidding. Because, like, okay, me and Rhiannon don't have a long history, but we have a very lengthy history, if you
Jesus
know what
Christ,
I
Chloe.
mean. If you know what I mean. As in, we have way too many. Yes. Yes.
She's so sweet. After her, like that's
She's so
that's my
sweet.
baby.
She's so sweet.
Okay,
But,
the mutual
She
friend you
showed
guys
the
have.
messages. She had receipts and everything. I'm like,
But
baby,
that is not my only issue with Rhiannon. That's the thing. I've gotten so many stories from that one story that I sent out.
And Y2V in the YouTube chat.
So
Blake
many
is
people came to
wonderful.
me.
We met at Hallmat 2019. They loved my Balzac cosplay. I remember your
Yes.
Balzac cosplay. It was adorable. I loved it. It was very elegant. I liked it. Yeah, and Planet Q Screen agrees. Like, yeah, that went from 0 to 1,000 real quick. Like, hey, I'm wondering if you
She
can.
really threatened her to hit her.
Why would you threaten somebody as part of your negotiation
I'm not
to
lying.
buy a car from them? That
that was
shit
the
don't
same
make
person
sense.
she was trying to get me to fight, and I'm like, no.
No.
What?
No. She is
What?
insane.
Jesus jumped up Christ on a basket of crap. Oh my lord.
Yeah.
This is just so you know, this is me
She's a
censoring
problem
myself.
person.
For Christ's sake.
She
That's
is
like
the
attempted
problem
vehicular
person.
manslaughter. Not even it's homicide.
Like intent
is.
to vehicular. Yeah,
Good call.
holy shit.
But no, that wasn't my only issue with her. We go back all the way from I think last July at MomoCon.
Hmm.
And basically I do a really cute Honey Senpai cosplay. If you've seen my thing.
Yay.
I do Honey Senpai.
Oran High
and
School is adorable.
I
I love that
saw
story.
Yes. I saw her I hadn't even known her. I just know that she followed me and I saw that she was going there and she was gonna be in Deku Oron. And I was like, oh
Yeah,
my
she
god,
does a
do
lot
you
of
want to
Oron
meet?
High School.
Yes, she does. And I will say she is not welcome in the community. Anyway,
Ouch.
Good.
we both
Screw that
agreed to meet up and take some photos and just hang out at the con. And she taught me how to pose properly and like, because it is very evident in my earlier photos that I only do really one or two poses back then. And she's noticed that. She says, hey, do you want me to teach you how to pose better? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And she taught me how to pose. We took some really cute photos. And I thought, oh, she's so nice. We get to and at the con, I don't know if anybody else saw the booth, if you went to MomoCon. There was this one booth that was advertising a smaller convention, and they would give you free tickets to the convention because it was so small they needed more attendees. And I got mine, my brother, and his two friends tickets because they didn't want to go. And I offered on my Instagram saying, hey, does anybody want to go? I need a ride. I'll give you these tickets if you drive me. And so this one person came forward. I won't say his name because I have had past with him, but we are chill-ish now. I already told PB the story.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say one letter PB and you'll get what story I'm talking about. D.
Oh my god, I know exactly. As soon as you said, I was like, mm-hmm.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
crap.
you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're doing our
Anyway.
best not to like name anybody or crap on anybody
Yes.
over here. Yeah.
Yes. But he drove me back and forth each day of the con because we couldn't get a hotel room. It was way too early. It was way too unadvanced. And we all just went to this cute little mini con. It was me, that person, Rhiannon, and then Rhiannon's newer friend. This was like right after Rhiannon moved up to Georgia.
After she got banned from all the cons here.
Yeah, like right before she got banned from all the cons. And at that con, Rhiannon and her friend and me were all in Oron, and the other guy was in a couple different cosplays. And me, Rhiannon, and her friend were making little AMVs, like cosplay videos and all these cute little things. And she was teaching me how to act better. And I continued thinking, oh, she's so sweet. And then at the end of the last day of the con, I'm like, oh my god, I'll keep saying D because I don't want to say the name. But D, you'd make a great Takashi. Why don't? And also, wouldn't it be really fun if we started like a small group? And let me tell you, from here on out, it went downhill.
Did it go straight ass Shikra? Like straight 90-degree angle?
Yes, basically.
Oh my
that
God.
night, me and Rhiannon were on a call, and like we were talking about how this group would work out. We didn't want it to be professional. Like me and her both agreed, this isn't going to be too professional. It's just going to be like a for fun group. And we both decided that me and her would have mod. And then I also said, if I ever leave this group, I want any props. I want photos taken down because I wouldn't feel comfortable with my photos up there, with me not having access to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted my stuff credited at the very least.
And let me guess. Rhiannon
None of
wouldn't
that
have it.
happened. No. We ended up coming to agreement, and then and it was on a call. That was the issue. It's on a call. So she uses that to her advantage. And that'll come in handy later. Then the next day, we made a group chat. I gave Rhiannon mod. Not even an hour later, she took my moderator away.
Oh,
Psycho.
God.
And then
That's control freak bullcrap that I can't even imagine.
I asked, why did you do that? She said, oh, well, I'm Kayoya. I should be the leader of the group.
No.
Excuse me?
That's not how this works.
Excuse me?
No. That's not how any of this works.
Yes, that's not how it works.
No.
That's not how it works.
Jesus.
I'm going to say my infamous catchphrase that my best friend and my boyfriend teased me about. Are you me too, Ace? Just are you dumb?
Are you dumb?
Very much a dumb.
Oh my God.
Very much a dumb. She literally, me and her argued over it for about 5 minutes, and then I just dropped out. I was like, you know what, this isn't worth it. I'm not gonna even. And then me and the others decided to start talking about what the events we could do would be. Because I'm a pacifist. I'm not very confronting on things. Yes. I don't do that. I'd rather not fight. So I just dropped it. I'm like, you know what, this isn't worth it. And we just went on to talk about what we could do as a group, who we should scout out for other people in the group, because we didn't have Tamaki or the twins. And I was like, I know 2 twins, they could be in the group. And then and we just continued talking about that for a couple days. And then I was like, you know what, Instagram post with more photos and things get more views. I'll make us some filler art, because I'm an artist. I'll make us some filler art so we can add them to the things. And I give it to Rhiannon after I'm finished. Guess what she doesn't do?
What does she not do?
She does not credit me. I confront her on
that.
this.
Oh my God.
I say, Rhiannon, why is it not credited? Why is neither that or the logo I made for the group not credited? She says, oh, I haven't gotten to it yet.
Listen,
It's literally all you gotta do is logo made by at.
Made by at. But she said, oh, I haven't gotten to it
I want
yet.
to say hi to Parker Palm, who we went ahead and led into the Zoom call, into the Zoom meeting here. Parker Palm, welcome to Theblackfiles. We appreciate you coming in. How are you doing, by the way?
Oh, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you just fine.
Hi. I don't know if I met you yet. I feel like I have.
I met you I believe I met you before, but I know for sure I met you at Hallmat this year, technically last year.
So 3 months ago. Yay.
Yeah, basically.
So oh my God. Yeah, no. I guess this is becoming a.
Oh my God! Yes, hi. Oh my God!
It just clicked.
I've been following you for like ever. Hi.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my brain did the whole dial-up thing.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, you saw me with my. I think you saw me like at night leaving a panel with my dog.
Yeah, I did. We ran across you in the hall.
Yeah, okay, I remember. Hi.
Hey.
They're like, wait, Parker. I know Parker who does. Oh, I know exactly what it is.
Yeah, I used to at the time when all the drama with it was Luna at the time for me. I was going by Kenna. If that like rings
Yep,
a little bit of a bell. Yeah.
I remember
uh
you. I
yep.
remember you.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that is so cool. Like, this is the weirdest thing about these sort of situations. We'll bring all sorts of people together, and I guess that's something that I guess we can get points on in terms of some sort of positive in all this. Hey, we're getting to get reacquainted with folks. Oh, really? What do you all have in common? This asshole.
This person.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
The brighter side of things.
I think this reminds me of a meme I came across on social media where it says, you know what? Hey, instead of like looking for friends on Facebook who have like the X number of mutuals, why don't we find friends on Facebook who have like the X number of people they blocked, of mutual people they blocked?
Like the same blocked list. That'd be hilarious. What kind of fucked up social media would that be? Then again, I block them.
I don't have the. Yeah, I'm not going to answer that question. But getting back on track, I believe Blake was in the middle of sharing
discussing
the story.
how
Yeah.
Rhiannon was
She-
basically stolen your artwork.
Yeah, she basically stole my art, and she said, "Oh, I'll get to it." And so, like, okay, I trust you. And then it's been a week. We've been discussing other things. Still no credit. I ask again, why is it not credited? No response. Next morning, hey, Blake, this is in a very shorthanded version. She sends this entire like passage saying, "I'm being kicked from the group for making people uncomfortable." And then I go and ask people in their DMs in a one short message saying like, "Hey, if I ever made you uncomfortable, I'm sorry. Did I ever do that?" And almost everybody except one person who said there was only one time and I didn't say anything. There was only one person who said that I did at one point make them somewhat uncomfortable, but it was just a small thing I had said, and it wasn't enough to make them say anything. And Rhiannon said that I had been asked multiple times to stop doing things. I was never, and sending things in the group chat and DMs. Let me tell you one thing. The only things I was sending in the group chat were animal videos and funny like things we could do as a group. That was it. That was it. Yes, exactly.
I figured it out. My Bluetooth was on, and I think my brother has his headphones on. That used to be my headphones. I'm here.
Nobody had one told me to, hey, quit doing this. This makes me uncomfortable. Hey, this isn't something you should do. Nobody once confronted me.
Nobody confronted you. You messaged them individually. They said only to find out that like none of them.
One person was very slightly.
Yeah, but and yet
He's making it a big deal.
and yet this cosplayer, this crazy lunatic, kicked you out of the group for making everyone uncomfortable.
And then I guess somebody said something.
You make people uncomfortable. Also harasses
somebody
a 12-year-old.
And I'm guessing somebody had said something about me DMing them because then she messaged me saying, "Don't spam my members."
Don't stand my members? Are you kidding me?
Don't take my group. What you mean?
It basically is what she was trying to get me to not do. So I was like, okay, whatever. I just remember the terms.
I checked, we kind of got rid of owning people a while ago. There was a whole big kerfuffle over that. You don't get to claim people. All right.
But she basically said, "Don't spam them. This is all set and done. You can't change it."
Oh, and
The way
also
that
Planet
the same way
Coaster,
that she can't
I
change her
muted
attitude.
myself by accident. That's what I did.
Basically, and she ended up. This is where the manipulation comes into play. She manipulated them all into believing her,
That is so
and so
weird.
they all genuinely believed I was a bad person.
This all sounds very familiar to me.
Thing.
Yeah,
Like she tried doing that with
probably.
Alex, and everyone's like, "Are you like mental?"
It's like an entire. She does this repeatedly, but yeah, she did that, and I was like, okay, whatever. If I'm leaving the group, then you remember the terms we set. And she's like, what terms? And I'm like, Rhiannon, do not do this.
Like, don't go playing games now.
Don't
You're
don't
getting your
even.
way. I'm
You can't
leaving, but that doesn't mean
You
nothing.
can't manipulate me. You can't gaslight me. No. And I'm again pacifist. I wouldn't actually do it, but I did threaten saying, "Hey, I could get the police involved." And she says, "Oh, they wouldn't do anything." Honey, you've stolen my art, and now you've stolen my props. I very well could get the law involved, but I'm not going to because I'm nice.
Yeah, see, I had to, a couple years back, I had to invoke a similar invocation rather than the law. I had to specifically state that I was actively looking up legal representation in order to file. There was someone who was a personal friend of ours for a long time who decided to be an asshole for no really good reason, and they decided to steal photography work just to spite me and to spite the Ravens flock. So I had to get my lawyer on, and they literally gave me a haha, I did that just to piss Jose off, and also screw you, Juan. And there's a whole other story behind that. I'm not going to name that person because it's ancient history. To invoke their name is to give them power. I will not give them that kind of power. So they could just
Exactly.
go piss
Good
up
on
a rope.
you. Good
Also,
on
Lisa Boo
you.
is in the chat. She's just lurking. Hi there, Lisa Boo. Welcome to the Black Files. And Planet Q screams like, if I remember correctly, there was a whole 4-year war over that whole you get to claim my people
Yeah.
and I get to claim my people thing. Yeah, but I might be remembering wrong. Yeah, no, you're right. Also, that just brings to mind, like, this the meme of how many things have outlived the Confederacy joke that I keep hearing. Like, okay, so Barack Obama's presidency, his 2 terms, are now longer lived than the Confederacy. The show South Park has been on for 26 seasons. It has outlived the Confederacy.
The
You can
audacity
literally
of
make
Rhiannon's bullshit has outlived the Confederacy.
you
Exactly.
can literally make another YouTube playlist of all the things that have outlived the Confederacy, and it would have more videos than this channel.
Which is no mean feat either, because we've got like what 600 videos. How many do we have? Crap.
I'll have to go back and count, but the point stands.
Yeah. No. Point is, it's a lot. And point is that Rhiannon's audacity. Just the fact that all 3 of y'all are invoking with these stories. And actually, Parker, you're going to be giving your story from the Idol days in a minute. But holy shit! Oh my God in heaven! I had no clue that this was the can of worms that I'd invoked tonight. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
This is so much fun.
I'm just like, again, I'm just happy that you guys are using your voice to speak out against somebody like this in the community, because to be complacent and to sit by and like she's done so much to so many people that, like, strength in numbers, we can make a difference. Again, Polycon, it was just me and like one other person saying anything. With all the evidence we came to with them, they were like, oh my goodness, we had no idea how this person was. Again, in under 24 hours, she was announced as a guest, kicked off, and then banned. So I know I've had some friends come up to me about, again, MegaCon, Metro. Well, I think she's banned. She's banned from Metro, banned from Hallmat, banned from a couple other cons.
Right.
I know she's also going to be at some Idol stuff. I'm not in the Idol community, so my friends are like, well, you probably would not want to dip your toe in that, because now it's going to look like you're just stalking her. And it's like, I'm not even. People are coming to me with this information. But because I'm a very vocal person, I have no issue going to a con like, hey, I do know people in the community who are very uncomfortable with this person. She has a new, which if I can get that information pulled up, give me 2 seconds. They have a new idol group.
Yeah,
They
I have
new,
some information on that.
yeah, let me see. Who gave me that information? It was
I believe
today.
it's Dreamy Pop.
Yeah,
I have a screenshot of it.
Deco Pop.
Deco Pop. I was so close.
You mean to tell me that she has leadership of a new group? Oh, great.
Yes,
I
and I
think
am
this was a group
scared
she
for
was
member safety.
I think she was actually bringing this group out before she left Florida because I think I was supposed to join that group because she had nobody wanting to join. So I was like, because she had a Vocaloid group, and I was like, oh, well, I love Vocaloid. I want to cosplay Rin. Literally, all my old stuff is Rin Kagamine. So I'm like, that's my girl. But I know I joined one of her idol groups, and I think it was Deco Pop, whatever.
Like Deco, like Art Deco, DECO?
Yeah. Deco Pop.
A lot of these groups are defunct now, so if you look it up, they won't pop up anymore.
Yeah, but Deco Pop is definitely it was familiar when I heard this because it's at Next Stage Festival she's going to be at. So again, I'm trying to stay out of things that doesn't really concern me because again, as much as I do want to get this person banned from a lot of events, and she needs to get serious help as well because the stuff she's doing. I know this is not me excusing. This is me explaining, like just from what I know. She's claimed that like her mom was abusive. I don't know if you like Blake and Parker. I don't know if you know that, but I know she did claim.
Telling me that she told me that and said that was why she moved up to Georgia. But then she went back to Florida, and everybody was saying that she and her mom were okay.
Yeah, they're fine. She was lying about a lot of things. So I had gave her money for groceries and gas, and she went and spent it on liquor.
Oh boy!
No. Nope.
What you?
She was 20 at the time.
No, I'm done with you. Yeah. Okay.
And she was underage. That's even
She was underage too, but apparently she knew somebody at the bar, so they served her. I'm like, I wish I know a bar because license revoked.
Yeah, if I knew which bar it was, I would be on them like white on rice. Like, hey guys, how's your liquor license that you now used to have? What do you mean used to have? That kid's underage. You're fucked. Sorry, like we're well in over an hour now. I'm dropping fuck bombs left and right. Parker,
no, you're fine. But that being said, I do need to interrupt because I actually am going to bounce myself as well. It is past midnight for me.
All right, yeah, Jose. All right, since you're gonna bounce out. I'll stay on and I'll continue running the stream until everyone's had their piece on this. Jose, since we've got Wrestle Rewind tomorrow night, what do we have to look forward to?
Well, along with my wrestling reviews of WWE NXT, AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling, I will be reviewing the main event for Impact Wrestling's pay-per-view event, No Surrender. And there's plenty to talk about. I promise less headaches for Juan. Well, it's a promise, not a guarantee. I'll do my best.
A promise is a guarantee.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, I will do my best then.
Okay. You can say you can do your best, not bind it as a promise. Don't screw with my expectations like that, Jose. Just because I'm wired doesn't mean I'm going to make sense. It doesn't mean that I'm going to understand if you make sense. Don't do that to me. That's rude.
All right. So anyway, my final thoughts on this subject is, well, first of all, I want to say this right now to the guests who are with us. Listen, you are not causing any drama. You are not causing any annoyance or any discomfort in sharing these stories. These stories do have to be taken seriously. And it's important for not just the organizers of Polycon to know, but all the other convention owners in Florida and perhaps abroad to know about, individuals like DelicateNote,
like
who
Rhiannon.
is like Rhiannon, who is just not good to have around as a person. And her behavior, is detrimental to the community. So you guys are doing the right thing in bringing awareness to other folks in our community, and we do appreciate that.
All right. We appreciate that, Jose. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. You go ahead and get yourself some shut-eye, all right, Joe?
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me on Psychotic Beauty Cosplay. It was awesome to talk with you again. And
Likewise.
yeah, absolutely. And folks watching, we appreciate it. We appreciate you watching. Stick around because the show's not over, obviously. But of course, my final words, as always, be responsible in whatever news, where you get your news from, and remember that we're all human beings.
I appreciate that, Joe. You have yourself a good night.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, that's the head of the Ravens flock, Jose Casabonis, signing off. We're going to continue here. Now, I do want to give Parker a chance to go ahead and speak their piece. From if I'm timelining this correctly, you said that you knew Rhiannon, DelicateNote, Ace, however they're going by, from back during their idol days in idol cosplaying and doing idol group. For those who are in our audience who don't know what an idol group is, the most succinct way that I can put it is it's a girl group as best as possible. And most of the time it steers more towards younger appearance, younger audience, that kind of stuff. It's meant to be safe, wholesome stuff. Sometimes you have idols who are a little bit more on like the rated like PG or PG-13 for the, in terms of their groups, but namely idol culture that comes in from J-pop, from Japanese music, from the Japanese music scene, and K-pop, Korean music scene. That's where idol culture really developed, and that's where it all came out from. So, of course, there are idol groups in all sorts of countries that have incorporated that aesthetic and try to have their own groups. Some of them are primarily dance groups. Some are more music groups. So they'll try to like do covers of songs and try to do dance numbers to go along with it. It's all meant to good fun. All right. Did I get that right? Please help me out. I don't want to sound like a complete asshat.
You got it pretty well. In my particular circumstance, it was based off of certain animes that were based off of the whole idol culture, particularly Love Live, which is a very popular idol anime, which has so many seasons now. But it for me in particular, it was that specific fandom, and I met Ace or Ree. It was Luna at the time for me back in early 2018. I couldn't give you an exact date, but it was at Tampa Bay Comic-Con of 2018 at their cosplay contest. I was cosplaying Magical Girl Diva at the cosplay contest.
Nice.
It was one of my
cool.
Thank you. It was one of my first cons ever. I was very freshly legal, very new, like just turned 18, very new to the cosplay community. Didn't know anyone, had no friends, just started to get into it. And they were behind me in line at the cosplay contest in Junko Enoshima. And they initiated
from
a conversation.
Danganronpa, for folks who don't know. Yep.
Yes. And they initiated a conversation with me. And I didn't think anything in particular about it. They just saw that I was super nervous. I didn't know what I was doing. I was, it was enough for me to like sign up, let alone go on stage, right? And they were super friendly, very outgoing and charismatic, which I didn't immediately see as a red flag. I'm like, oh my gosh, this person's like worried about me and like caring, and they were very comforting at the time.
They were endearing, and
yeah, so very much like, oh my gosh, you got this, like I'm super excited for you, like I'm happy you're at one of your first like big cons, like you're gonna do great, you look amazing, have fun. So I went up on stage, I did my thing, fantastic, had a great time. Didn't really see them the rest of the con until I got home. I was looking through the tag on Instagram for Tampa Bay Comic-Con for 2018, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's that cosplayer who was behind me in line. Fantastic. So I ended up following them, and I made the decision to message them first. I was like, hey, it was super nice to meet you. You were super nice. I would love to hang out again at another con. Just super friendly. Immediately out the gate, immediate kind of friendship had formed very quickly. And me now in the position I am, way older than I was, way more experienced, a lot more friends in the community. I recognize now that it's almost a little predatory because they seem to go after people who are inexperienced in the cosplay community, pretty young. Like every person I've seen them become friends with since our situation and during, they had yet to have the chance to talk to other people who have had negative experiences with them. So it was like, don't talk to that person because they're going to spread rumors that like aren't true, and
They're
would
trying to
warn
nip
you
it in the
about.
bud before it even gets started.
That's what she
Holy
told.
crap.
That's her
Yes.
thing. She led with when I met her. That people just talk about me. People just talk. But okay.
In what way? Maybe we ought to know.
Yeah.
Shit.
So pretty immediately after friendship, I was given a list of names. I'm not naming names. But a list of names of saying, hey, look out for these people because they're bad people. And I'm a very trusting person. If anything, a little too trusting, a little gullible. I was like, oh my gosh, okay, like, I'm sorry that they hurt you. I'll try not to, like, engage, right? Just very trusting. And I should have taken that as a red flag. Like, hey, so many people already, like, won't talk to them. And I kind of already noticed that certain people in the cosplay community wouldn't like interact with me or Luna because of us being friends. So I'd immediately kind of noticed an impact on people I tried to engage with in groups and certain things. They're like, ooh, okay, like a little bit of a distance there, which I didn't recognize at the time. And pretty quickly after we became friends, they introduced the anime Love Live to me. Like, hey, I used to be in this idol group, but there was a lot of drama, and this particular person on my list of do not talk to kicked me out of it unfairly, and I want to start a new one. Would you be interested in being a co-leader with me? And I thought it sounded like a lot of fun to dance on stage and perform, because I did theater in high school and all that stuff. It sounded great. It sounded so fun.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm not familiar with this fandom, but I would love to start a group with you. You seem lovely, right?
Like a nice way to learn, and hey, another way to ingratiate myself to the community, and hey, it's with someone that I consider a friend, and why would they steer me wrong?
Exactly. Perfect. Yes, exactly. And all was well for maybe a month or two. I noticed that we had a really hard time scouting for new members, and we were looking for 9 members for a full Love Live Views group. I was Nozomi, and I was kind of not forced into that role, but was kind of
you kind of got shoehorned in. It's like you weren't exactly.
Yeah. So before I even had the chance. Yeah, so before I even had the chance to fully watch the anime and find my favorite characters, Ace or Luna was already like, hey, you would suit these, like, 3 characters, so you should really, like, pick between them. And I was like,
out of the U's, like, which ones did she have you choose from? And I want to show folks on the screen, just as, like, I want to take this opportunity to one more time, like, hey, here's a way for folks to learn a little bit more about the anime side of nerd culture. Here's here's the Wikipedia page, or rather the fandom wiki for Love Live. These 9 characters, they're the U's over here. They're the main characters of the story. This group and everyone else are like either like friends or rivals, whatever. They're all in on it. So, which of the 3 did Ace say that you must be, or you're the best for, or which one are they trying to lump you in on?
So my options were Nozomi, which is the girl with purple hair.
Uh-huh.
Ellie, which is the blonde with the pigtail, and then I don't exactly remember what the third one was, but to my knowledge, I believe it was oh my gosh, what's her name? Short brown hair.
Rin or Honoka?
Not Honoka.
I know she was obsessed with Honoka. Oh my
Hanayo.
god.
Yeah, 3 was Honoka.
Would it be Hanayo then with the sort of
Hanayo.
rose
Yeah.
Hanayo? Would that be
Yeah.
brown hair, sort of pink purple eyes?
Yep, that was exactly it. And to my knowledge, I believe it was because of my physical appearance. Like, I'm not tall, but like I'm a little curvier and like larger, like a little because you're physical, because how you look physically, just looking at your body, like you would fit these characters, which I'm a little insulted. I was like, oh, I can't be any of the other. Okay, yeah, sure.
Like,
so I picked me.
Here's a radical thought. Maybe let me learn more about the story so I can see which of the characters I gravitate towards more. Maybe we could try that. There's a novel thought. Let me pick who I think I ought to be over there. Like literally, it sort of reminds me like when I first got in with my group of anime friends. We literally called ourselves the Otaku Losers at Hillsborough Community College, and it was an official like school club too over there at HCC. And one of them said like, "Oh, dude, this one shoujo anime, Fruits Basket, you would totally be Shigure." I'm like, "Huh?" And then 5 seconds later into watching it, I'm like, "Oh my god, I am actually Shigure." Now it actually makes a little more sense.
Literally like me, whenever I'm like watching something, like I'm still catching up on Demon Slayer, but one of my dear friends, Dan, who gets me very aggravated sometimes, but I still love him. He was like, "Oh hey, I'm doing Tengen for Tempe Comic Con," and I was like, "Okay, cool." Like, and he asked me to be one of the wives, and he told me to do Makio because apparently that was like his favorite wife, and that's like my best friend of X amount of years. Why do I have to be the aggressive short one? Why?
No clue. Wish I could tell you. Holy crap.
I get typed as either the very aggressive, which I'm not going to say I'm not aggressive, but like at the same time, it's just I don't realize when I am. Or I get typed as the young one because I'm 26 and people still mistake me for being 16.
Okay, I can sort of see that, but then again, everyone's younger than me from I know. Like, I'm closer, I'm embarrassed to say I'm closer to 40 than I am to 20 these days, but blah. Like, it's like, I hope it doesn't show.
40's the new 25, you're fine.
Yay, well, I'm 36, so eek. Like, no, then you're an old fart, Juan, get away from us, no.
So old, OMG.
Hey, for the record, I started this shit back when we were still trading anime on video cassette, man, and I didn't know what was what. Okay, there were things were pure and decent back then. No, I'm kidding, not that old. No, but yeah, no. Okay, I can see the idea of trying to lump you in with as Makio, but at the same time, it's like let me pick. Let me figure out.
I mean, I ended up loving Makio, but
well, still no. But at the same time, still, it's just a matter of like give me a chance to understand the character rather than just.
It's kind of like let me choose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like and Ace tried doing that with. I forgot which one. I have to pull up the photo because I think it was their Cyber Girl stuff. It wasn't. It was Ellie because I had a wig that I'm like, oh, I can use for Cyber. Yeah, it was a Cyber Ellie that I think I wanted to do, and she told me I had to do the one with the light brown hair that has a pigtail. I'm trying to remember her name. She has light brown, like shorter hair.
Shoot, Cyber Ellie.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have to go.
I'm gonna have to like look them up.
You have to roll out. Okay.
Yeah, it's about to be 12:30, so I might be heading out soon too.
Okay, Blake.
Because your girl's gotta work 8 in the a.m.
No, I know what you mean. I guess that's gonna bring us to a close. Blake, you go ahead. Thank you very much for coming forward with your situation regarding this cosplayer Rhiannon. We do appreciate it a lot. And if you need to speak with anyone, remember you're not alone. You've got folks here who you've met / got reacquainted with. Feel free to reach out. I'm sure there won't be any issue with anyone lending you an ear. And the same goes for you, Parker, and the same goes for Psychotic Beauty.
If you don't mind, if you want, you can follow me on Insta. I have the same ad as my user on here.
Yeah, Blake the Wolf #1. Yeah. I'll go ahead and I'll put that in the what do you call it, on the live chat, on the YouTube chat. I've closed off the Twitch chat for now, but yeah, and I appreciate you coming on tonight, Blake. Thank you very much, and I hope you have yourself a good night. Okay.
Okay. Night, everyone.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us, Blake. Parker, Psychotic Beauty, both of you also have to leave soon?
I'm good
I
to
just
stay.
work in the morning.
Someone else has to go.
All right. In that case, Psychotic Beauty, you said that you have to get up. You got work at 8 in the morning or whatever?
I work in the morning, yeah.
You work in the morning. Okay. All right. In that case,
I was like, stick around while Parker shares their story.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right. Parker, go ahead. Continue here, because this madness with. All right, let's go ahead and start an idol. Like it seems weird to me that someone would befriend you and say, "Here's a list. Here's a handy laminate of all the people I want you to avoid because they're so horrible about me." Like,
Yeah, no, Ace did the same thing that she did to Parker. Oh my god, these people don't like me. It's like, oh, if you have that big of a list, there must be a reason.
there must be a reason.
Yeah, I wish I would have taken that as a sign at the time. I thought it was like a bit of a yellow flag, but I should have taken it as a red flag. It was, to be honest.
Understandable. Yikes. Okay, so what happened from there?
So after basically, being kind of typecast because of my body type into these characters, which I'm a strong believer of, cosplay whoever you want. You don't have to, just because you're curvier doesn't mean you have to cosplay curvy characters, right?
Right.
But typecast into those particular characters, which I ended up falling in love with Nozomi, who's the one I picked with the purple hair. But truly, I felt really stuck in her character for a long time. And in the idol group, we had a really hard time scouting. And I would talk to my friends who were like just getting into the cosplay community, or friends I'd had before it, or people I just became friends with who like weren't aware of any sort of situation with this person. Like, hey, like if you want to join my idol group, like you can join it. Like it's super fun. Like we're just like dancing and to these really cute songs from this anime and like doing Q&As and stuff for it. And it truly started off on a really high note. I felt really good. We were building each other up. There wasn't any immediate things that stuck out in my head, like other than those small like passing moments. Because they truly know how to build you up and slowly tear you down into what they want. But I didn't see it as that at the time, of course, because you're like, this is like one of my best friends
This
right
is one
now.
of the greatest people on here. They would they befriended me from day one. They're trying to look out for me. They're looking out for my interests too. They want to make sure that I'm taken care of.
Exactly. And there wasn't any anything particularly stand out until we did start to get more members. I'm again not naming names because it's not my business to name names. But certain members of the group started to join, and some heads started to butt against each other. There were so many incidents that I couldn't possibly name all of them. It was almost a every other day, weekly occurrence that some sort of drama would occur within this group. I believe at the highest number count, we had around 8 members. I don't believe we ever had the full 9 members of our idol group.
So you couldn't even get the full 9 members of the actual group to do the full cosplay group with. Holy shit!
Yeah,
it was just
not
that bad.
Yeah, and if we did, it was very brief because people were coming and going so quickly because they couldn't deal with Luna's personality and antics and what was going.
Tyranny.
Yeah, exactly. And we were co-leaders of this group. It started off with them being the sole leader of Shining Moon, which is the name of the group. Um, and I was okay with this for a long time until finally they were like, "Hey, do you want to like co-lead with me?" And I'm like, "Sure." And I believe this was a ploy to get more members to join, to have my name attached to it other than just theirs. So it didn't look as much of like a red flag to people who had heard the name before. And most of the members that were coming in and out were around the age of 16. I was 18 at the time. They were, I believe, just turned 18 as well. And when I first met them, I believe 17 and then turned 18, like shortly after. So most of the members were around the age of 16 from like high school age to like 26. 26 was around like the oldest I remember. But most of the members were younger, just like oh, I was. I mean, they were also were at the time too, but it I was like, hey, we should probably recruit a little older because people have cars, they have jobs, that's more reliable,
Yeah.
schedule wise. But they were more adamant on recruiting younger members, which I didn't fight too much on at the time. But now I'm like, that's because they don't know the cosplay scene and they hadn't heard any names yet to be able to be like, hey, that's not a great person.
Basically manipulating them into thinking that they were right from the get-go.
That they're right from the get-go,
Exactly.
right from the start. Jeez, that is really that. Okay, I'm sorry.
Predatory?
Yeah, no, that is predatory. I'm sorry. That's not. There's no nice way to say that. There's no nice way to describe that. Trying to zero in on younger, underexperienced, or completely inexperienced cosplayers, and trying to like corral them into an idol group for you to then say like, okay, I'm not co-leading this with anyone else. I'm just the number one, and everyone else is doing as I say. So do as I say. Like, okay, I know the first thing about like having to put together a big group. You got to think of people's logistics. You got to think of people who's interested.
Yes.
You got to think of people who's got the time and actually got the dedication on this. I'm actually, no, God, I'm getting deja vu shit. Oh, no. I don't want to bring up old drama. I don't want to. Oh, God. Sorry. No, my brain is like, no, Juan, do not fucking compare. Now's not the time for that. It's not about your stupidity. It's about other... Oh, God. Okay, please continue.
It's a scary situation to put minors into. I was freshly 18 at the time, so I wasn't able to see it because I still had friends in high school that were around that age because I just graduated high school at the time, right? So I still had friends that were younger than that I didn't particularly, when you're a senior in high school, you have friends fucking in junior year and shit too. So you don't think about it. But now I'm like, oh God. But anyway,
Right.
so many people came in and out of the group, and some really there were some particular instances that stand out really hard in my brain. There were so many. It's genuinely hard to bring up all of them. I do not have screenshots for all of them, but I know some other members of the group do. But I have quite a few of them, especially from near the end of the group existing. So as tensions were rising between everyone, some instances that stand out are accusing people of faking mental illness. We had a couple members who had to take a pause from the group or leave the group altogether that were like, hey, I have a lot going on. I don't want to deal with this financially and schedule wise on top of everything else I have going on right now. So for mental health reasons, I'm going to take a break. And most of the time, people went to me for these issues because I was a lot more understanding, of course, of situations like this compared to Ree, who was like, that's ridiculous. Why did you join anyway if you were having issues? Blah, blah, blah. But a couple members had left the group or like took a break from it just for their own mental health reasons. And I remember particularly, and I do have proof of this, of Ree coming to me and being like, these people are faking having mental health issues. They just don't want to be around me. Certain people have talked to them and filled their head with lies about me. And I'm like over it. And I'm like, well, let's not jump to assumptions about how someone else's mental state is, because that's not how this works.
Right.
They're not held prisoner here. They can leave the group whenever they want to leave the group, and we're just gonna have to deal with it.
It's voluntary. It's not a paid gig. No one's on
Exactly.
fire if they drop out. Life happens. You're allowed to leave, and if there's no like money or property involved that needs to be exchanged or whatever, then you're okay. And as long as people aren't being a-holes about it, then they're fine needing to leave. If they got it, then they got it. That's fine. Unless, of course, you're a controlling psychopath, apparently. Like this.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Sorry, no. I'm sorry. Rhiannon sounds like someone who's an absolute control freak in this situation.
Very, very controlling and manipulative. Anytime anyone wouldn't do anything particularly to their taste, there would be a whole meltdown in various forms. A lot of them being like, everyone hates me, no one can stand me. I understand if all of you guys would want to leave me like right now, like I get it, like I'm a horrible toxic person, like those sort of rants, like bringing yourself down to gain sympathy, and those were very common at the time, and we all fed into it because we were so manipulated at that point in time.
Like, no, it's okay, you're not psychotic. Now we're looking back 5 years later, yeah, no, she was psychotic.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, fuck.
So that was a horrible situation of, claiming fake mental illness, which is not okay at all.
No, it's not. I know too many folks who have had so much crap to deal with. I can't even begin to list. We'll be up to the break of dawn, and we've all got shit to do in the morning. But no, I know what you mean. Like faking that, working towards cosplayers who are relatively younger, who are underage, and it's not as if Rhiannon's like closer to my age either. They're like early to mid 20s themselves, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a little bit younger than me.
I'm 22 now, I think.
Yeah, 22. They're like 22, I believe.
Jesus. So even back then, at the youngest, I'm gauging would be around 16, 17 from back then?
Like 17, yeah. It's been a long time going. I've been dealing with a situation, like I said, for like 4+ years. But that was one instance. Another one that really I had a really hard time with at the time was a particular member. There is a set, like an outfit in this anime that they wear called the cheer set. It's like a cheerleader outfit. It's like a crop top and a short skirt, like a cliche cheerleader outfit, right? And this
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yep, this is the one that their new group is looks like they're going to be wearing. But they have loved this set for a long time, and in every group they've tried to start, they've like tried to do it. And basically, at the time in the group, most of us were not comfortable wearing that because it's a crop top. It shows a lot of skin, and we're like, hey, I'm fine wearing this if we're allowed to wear like a tank top under it to cover our like belly button and like our belly, and like biker shorts under the skirt to hide.
Right. Have some like a modesty thingy or a top or something, because not everyone is down with full skin showing and like thigh showing and maybe underbutt.
Yes, and
like,
keep in
especially
mind,
with, like you said, with underage.
Yeah. Yeah. So some
I'm
of these
getting
people
cuties
are
vibes. Fuck.
Oh my god.
So some of these people are underage, saying explicitly, "We're very uncomfortable wearing this outfit, but we will wear it if we're allowed to wear these undergarments underneath it to protect our modesty, or sew and alter the garment to cover more skin to our liking. And me being co-leader.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, am I safe to assume that Rhiannon was going somewhere along lines of, oh no, but that's not how that ruins the authenticity of the costume. You can't.
Yes.
You gotta be shit. How did I know that was coming? Ah!
Yes. So basically, it was in this big group chat that everyone was saying this, and me as co-leader, I was like, oh my gosh, of course, like alter it however you need it to be for your comfort. I personally will probably be wearing bike shorts under mine, just for me, right? And Ree pipes up and is like, hey, if you do this, we won't all look the same, and it will look really bad. We all have to look the same and look accurate, or else we're gonna look like trash on the stage.
Oh,
and I'm like, hey, these people are uncomfortable with this set. How about we wear different outfits? There's so many other outfits from this anime that we can wear for this. And Ree's like, no, I've been wanting to do this one for years. I'm doing this one. We all have to look nice on stage, or else I'm not doing anything. Like,
how about we vote on it, maybe? How about let the other members of this group have a say in this? How about, you know, having, like, yeah, you could be like team captain or co-leader, however you want to do it, but like, how about like getting the input from everyone else? Because not everyone's going to be comfortable with this kind of outfit. Not everyone's okay performing in a bikini or performing in a mini skirt like cheerleader outfit, especially with your considering that you're talking about underage girls. Like, fucking hell! Oh my god!
So
that's one of my freaking pressure points. Like, no, get me away from them. Do not let me meet them in person. I swear to God, I cannot be held responsible for what I might do if I do meet them, because that is just gross. That is horrifying.
No,
I am not kidding. Oh my God, I'm not kidding.
Very gross. So I was trying to save face, and like
Nikki Bella's on the chat. Hi there, Nikki. Thank you for joining.
So I was trying to be like, hey guys, like we'll compromise, like we'll make this happen. Like we will make everyone comfortable while looking nice. Like it's okay. Just wearing bike shorts and like tank tops isn't gonna make us look like crap on stage. It's okay. And there was a whole meltdown where basically Ree was having a whole hissy fit, and one of the members specifically was like, hey, I'm not comfortable wearing this because such and such happened to me at a previous con with like an adult. And I don't want to get into, I'm not saying particular, it was a non-consensual situation. And they're like, I'm not comfortable wearing this because of such and such. And Ree basically was like, well, it's your fault for wearing something like that anyway.
Excuse you?
And
no! What? That is the worst thing to say to someone. No!
And this person was a minor.
God, no.
This person was a minor at the time of the incident as well.
God! Oh God! No! Oh God! Damn it! No! Fuck no! Oh my God! Oh God Almighty! Oh my God! Oh God! I'm gonna have to start drinking again. Oh shit! Oh crap! Baskets! You gotta be shitting me! No!
Yeah.
Holy crap! Holy crap!
So as soon as this,
isn't there screenshots of that as well?
There are screenshots. I will look for
them. Are
them.
they in the Google Doc?
I think they're in. I think it's in the drive.
I wouldn't be surprised because I know there have been other people who have like submitted this information from it, but. Yeah, so after that happened, everyone like exploded because of course they would, like in defense of this poor person who just had to hear that coming from the leader of their group, blaming this situation on them, while also they're trying to get them to wear an outfit that was also like they weren't comfortable wearing. So it was a whole thing of grossness. And
I went ahead and I pinned the link for the Google Drive doc. For the Google Drive file there. Oh my Lord in heaven. Oh God, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Yeah, so that was probably one of the biggest incidents that happened in that particular group. after that, I was growing extremely uncomfortable because tensions were rising very high, very quick.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, people were looking at me because they're like, "You're co-leader. Like, what can you do about this? What's going on? What's being done? That sort of thing." And I truly felt like me and my other members of the group were the only sane ones in it, because of course we were. And I was, as the only leader who was truly taking like accountability and being like, "Hey, that's not okay. Let's make sure everyone's happy." It was a lot of pressure at the time, and I was like, I don't know how much longer I can do this, because this is a lot, dealing with this insane person that I'm like supposed to be friends with. It doesn't necessarily feel like a friendship anymore, right?
It feels like that they've taken advantage of your goodwill to build themselves up, and you're taking the hits for their questionable and clearly amoral behavior. Good fucking
Yes.
lord. Even Planet Q's Queen in the chat, they're over here saying, WTF, this person is a piece of shit. The person we're talking about, not these lovely ladies. Specifically talking about DelicateNote, Rhiannon, over here. Good God. No, this is so wrong. This is so fucking wrong.
They aren't a good person. They are not a good person. So
No.
I told myself I have to leave this group, but I'm a leader. So if I just drop, it's you know what? Before I actually continue that, I do have one other really notable thing.
Yeah.
It was in person and not just online on a group chat. So we were at an in-person practice. I don't remember who all was there and how many members there were. Needless to say, it was me, Ree, and then a couple other members. And there was a member who left to go to the bathroom. And Ree had followed them like, hey, I'm gonna go to, and I'm like gonna help them, whatever. And we were at Ree's apartment complex. That's where we held our practices. And they left to the bathroom. No one thought anything of it, of course. And they come back, and that particular member that wasn't Ree looked visually upset and like uncomfortable, and like something had clearly happened. And again, this was years ago. I don't remember exactly what I did and ran through my mind, but at a later time, I was told exactly what happened by this member, and basically, this member was forced to reveal in the bathroom. They were cornered, like by Ree, being like, "Hey, like I heard such and such. What's going on?" And basically forced them to reveal past trauma that they had, as well as physical like body scars.
What the hell?
Oh, no.
So Ree could be like to check to see if like what was going on, which is extremely wrong. Extremely wrong. And I feel so bad for this particular member because we're extremely close to this day. And I was horrified to find this out because I'm co-leader. Like I would never do this to anyone, not a stranger, not my best friend, not anyone. Force them to show a part of themselves they weren't comfortable with, or share a part of their life that they weren't comfortable with. So this particular instant was disgusting to me to find out later. I don't remember if I found out while I was still in the group or if it was after, but I believe it was still while I was in it because it was one of the last straws of me leaving. So that was a particularly disgusting thing. You don't force people to show things or reveal things like that to you just because you want to prove a point and feel above them and know information about them that no one else does, and like know particular things about their mental health that they are not ready to share.
That's blackmail. That is emotional blackmail. That is emotional distortion and manipulation of the worst freaking kind. No way, man. No freaking way. Nuh-uh. No.
Yeah, and this was done in a bathroom.
You don't ever do that.
Like, come on.
Yeah. No. Oh God. Yeah, no, we're throwing slurs emojis right now in the freaking chat. We're all pissed off. Punakuse Queen, what the fuck? You don't ever do that to someone who has trauma or force them to show their bodies. No, God Almighty, no. Oh my God. Oh my God. In heaven.
So that was, of course, one of the last straws. And at this point, we were not friends. I was just keeping the facade of friends up for my own safety and protection because I already felt extremely unsafe around this person at this time. And I still do to this day. Like, I'm a little nervous to be talking about this, but I have never
you're
told the full story.
You've got people who've got your back here, Parker. You've got
I'm
folks
not
who've got.
particularly worried.
like
No, listen.
I'm worried, but I'm
you
not
got-
worried. You know?
You got Psychotic Beauty, who's a New Yorker. You got me and Jose, who are New Yorkers. You got Angel, who's Cuban as fuck. You have so much Latino bullshit pissed off in this. Not to mention every one of our subscribers, everyone who follows in this story, the folks that we've been sharing this stream with, the folks who are running Florida Polycon, who had the good sense to ban this freaking monster from their convention. No, you are protected here. You have nothing to fear. I am beyond pissed off. You gotta understand. I'm a parent. Okay, you're a con mom, Psychotic Beauty. I've been a con dad before. I've been a dad. So I had practice on being a dad. So I know what it is to be angry and protective for those who are younger than me and for those who I consider to be in my care, or at least when I say I've got their backs, I am beyond angry right now. I am not even kidding.
Yeah,
I am not joking here.
I know
Holy
my side
shit.
of the story is insane. I haven't really told my side of the story to much of anyone other than like my closest friends and people who, of course, were involved in it. And I know there's so many different other stories and levels to this situation and but to have the early insight of just how bad it was from the early days is insane to look at the modern, you know? And so from that point on, right, I at that point told myself and like a couple of my friends, like, hey, I still love being an idol and dancing and being in this community. I still want to do it, but I just cannot do it with this person anymore. So I started to slowly distance myself. In other words, like instead of messaging every day, it'd be like every other day, don't respond, don't like all their posts, don't do this, don't do that, you know, slowly receding because I thought that would be the best way it wouldn't blow up in my face.
Ease it out of them, yeah.
Yeah, so that didn't happen, of course. And I eventually was like, okay, like I messaged like, hey, you, because I'd been discussed it with them before and they didn't seem too keen on it of the idea of me starting my own group while still being in Shining Moon. And my group I formed at the time was Lucky Jump, if anyone had like heard of this. And I was like, I made the Instagram account for Lucky Jump, my own group, and I told a couple friends about it that I'd already been like, you know, tossing the idea around with. And I was like, hey, I finally like went through with it. I'm gonna start my own group while still doing Shining Moon. So I was gonna slowly ease onto the other group without having like a huge pushback from the other one. And found the account of the new group, which honestly I probably should have waited, but not my fault. And messaged me like, hey, is this you? And I'm like, yeah, you know how I was talking about starting like my own group. I think I want to do my own group on top of Shining Moon. And there's another season of Love Live, which is Accords, which is the name of the group in that, with different girls, different characters, and such, right? So it was the same like idea, but different characters and like baseline, whatever. And I was like, I want to do this group of girls from the anime, and I'm going to do this and Shining Moon at the same time. So you're not going to lose me as co-leader or anything. And basically, had blown up on me, saying, don't steal my members away from me. People who had left the group are joining yours. Like, how dare you steal people from me? How come you're being promoted? Like, your group is being promoted on pages and shared around while mine isn't. and basically blaming me for their group, like technically our group, failing and not having members joining, and how people that I was still friends with that weren't in Shining Moon were joining my dance group all of a sudden because Ree wasn't in it. Which was the main draw for people to come back to it, because I'm sure Ree was the main reason for a lot of people leaving, you know. And I have screenshots of all of this, of Ree's blow up on me for creating my own group.
By all means, add them to the Google Doc, add them to the Google Drive. By all means.
No, I will for sure. And I basically was trying to like calm the situation. I can read a few direct quotes. I do have them readily available.
Yes, please go ahead and read them off. I've got to let you know, I actually need to start wrapping us up in the next 10 minutes, if that's okay.
Oh my gosh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm almost done anyway. But while I'm finding them, basically, I had made my own group and they were blowing up at me for it. And because of the blow up, it started a really big fight between us, like as friends and co-leaders of this group. And it led to us falling out and then making up again and then falling out and then making up again and then falling out. And I was kind of like done with it, of course. And I was already kind of done with Ree as a person in general anyway, but they didn't know that because I was trying to soft end this relationship, but that wasn't working out because Ree didn't want it to end that way. You know, because I was trying to end it softly, and Ree was like, "No, if this is gonna end, this is gonna end in like blood, basically." So there was a whole big blow up, and she accused me of like copying Shining Moon and stealing members away and such. And basically, I'd had enough of it that I was like, I'm just gonna leave Shining Moon. I was trying to not do that, but I'm gonna leave Shining Moon. I'm gonna focus on my own group and my own people that I'm in charge of, and you do whatever you want. And Ree did the whole guilting, like everyone hates me. I couldn't just be the leader because everyone would leave. No one likes me. Everyone hates me. No con would let me perform there. Blah blah blah. That sort of manipulative, story. And eventually, I was
like a child. It's because you're acting like
oh
my god.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm leaving. So whatever you do, I'm taking a break from Shining Moon, and I'm leaving. So whatever you do it. I'm stepping down as co-leader. You're the sole leader. I'm doing my own thing. And basically, Ree was like, well, I'm just gonna leave Shining Moon then, and then you can just be the sole leader. And I was like, oh, what? Excuse me? So Ree basically told me that she was leaving our group fully out of the group, just fully leaving it. I was in charge of it, and I could do whatever I wanted. And so she left the group and still had control of the Instagram page. And I was done with the group at that point in time. I didn't want to be involved in it. So I was like, I'm not comfortable taking full leadership control, but she had already left at that point. So I talked to one of the other members of the group that I trusted fully, and I was like, hey, would you want to take this group over, like whether it be like permanently or just for the time being, because I need to step away from this entire situation. So if you would like to, you can. And they accepted, and they took on the role of leader for me. But unfortunately, Ree still had access to all of our page information, and at the time we had a performance booked at LumiCon in Tampa. Yeah, and we were announced on their page to perform, and we had a whole thing with them, and we were in contact with them over Facebook and everything. Cool. We had the whole performance planned out, and we were learning our dances, we had our sets, everything. And Ree, behind my back and the new group leader's back, had messaged them after she had left the group withdrawing us from the performance. Like, hey, we're not performing here anymore. You need to take us off the roster without letting any of us know. And I found out through Facebook messages, because I was co-leader and ShadowCon knew that. And not ShadowCon, LumiCon. Yeah, LumiCon knew that, and I saw the messages through there being like, whoa, this person isn't in the group anymore. They actually have no say over if we withdraw from this performance or not. And of course, the convention was like, whoa, this seems like a lot of drama. We're not going to touch it. We'll see you guys next year, which is so understandable. And I'm so glad they did that today. Like, now I'm very glad they did that. But at the time, I was very upset that Ree had basically forced us, after practicing for a very long time and working very hard and spending a lot of money on this performance, basically kicked us out of it after she had already left the group. So she had, quote unquote, left the group, but still had control over all of us, you know. And the way she was framing it online was that I hijacked her group from her, and I gave the group to someone else, and I was destroying her reputation, blah, blah, blah.
She did it to herself. Oh, Lord. Oh,
yeah,
my God.
and she tried to get me banned from that con that year that we were supposed to perform, because this was a couple months in advance, like, of course, and tried to get me banned from LumiCon that year, which didn't happen, of course. There was no proof of anything, and I'm actually friends with a couple of, former members of the con staff when it was still a thing. And they were like, I don't believe any of this, but all right. So I don't know what she said particularly to those con staff to try to get me banned, but it didn't happen. I found out through like a friend of a friend that this had happened, because at this point in time I was blocked on everything. I couldn't see anything that she was posting or saying or anything, but I still had friends that were still unblocked that could share with me this information. And it was insane. I was very upset. Everything was still fresh. And I saw her at the con, and I'm not the type of person I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to be rude to you. I'm not going to acknowledge you. I'm going to walk by you like I didn't see you. I'm not going to instigate anything. There's no point, right? And day one of the convention, it was like I was a fire in the middle of the room and she had to avoid me. And then the second day of the convention, she had actually come up to me and started talking to me like nothing happened, which was odd. Like trying to start.
That's not odd. That's batshit. That's like, okay, no, that wasn't really me. That was somebody else. No. Sorry, that's not how this shit rolls.
Yeah, she was like trying to start the manipulation again, and at that point, I was so like I was out of it, and like the spell had been broken. I was like, this isn't working. I was nothing but civil though. I was very civil, and I was very like, you having a good day? Good. How's your con? Like whatever. And after that, everything that Ree had done, like according to me or idol groups or anything, like to this day, I have people messaging me without me asking. Like, I kind of wish they would stop. Like, I do not want people coming to me about the Ree situation anymore, because I'm trying to, like, move on with my life.
You're trying to move on beyond her.
Yeah, but everyone's like, oh my gosh, did you, like, hear what just happened? I'm like, what? No, please stop.
No, I don't want to know what happened. I don't care anymore. I don't want to be associated with this person. They've drained so much of my life essence just knowing them before. No, I don't want to deal with them.
Yeah, and this is where the online stalking kind of started.
Okay.
It was it was started before that, but I became way more aware of it, of like all these fake accounts Ree was making to look at my page and everything I was posting and to see if I was saying anything about her. And all these, I knew some of the fake accounts before we had the falling out, because she had told me and shared them with me, and I, blocked them as soon as it happened. But there was new ones almost every day being made that I would find and block, and people would show me other ones like, "Hey, have you seen this one?" I'd be like, "Holy fuck, no! Oh my god!" So I'd have to like block. and they were using other people to look at my content and see what I was saying, and like stalking me and DMing me. And I had my own idol group at that point, and
that form of online harassment needs to go.
yeah,
She
and
can't.
Ree would have people fake try to sign up for my idol group to get into my idol group chats to scan through it and look for dirt to screenshot and send to Ree.
You gotta be fucking kidding. No.
This
That's
happened.
psychotic.
That is
Instant.
insane. That's fucking. That's freaking tactical espionage bullcrap. No, you don't deal with that kind of mess. No. Okay.
He unfortunately was successful in that too, because someone had successfully tricked us into thinking they wanted to join our group. Took a couple screenshots of me being like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe!" Like Ree was like being like crazy, and sent it to Ree, and Ree used it as proof to her friends at the time to be like, "Oh my god, like avoid Parker because they're batshit." It's insane. But it's clearly calmed down. But at the height of all the online stalking and stuff, I clearly hadn't like come forward with any of this because I was genuinely scared it would turn into in-person stalking and like violence, because there's already like a lot of threats going on,
Right.
and high tension and stuff. So I was scared for my own personal safety. So I had only told like super close friends and people that were involved in it. And I basically had been in contact with Ree at the time. And I almost was like forced to be like, I won't come out against you publicly. Like, I won't say anything publicly. Like, I just want to like leave the situation alone. Like, I won't say anything. I won't come out against you publicly. I won't share screenshots. I won't do any of that. Cause like, it's not like, I just want to leave the situation alone. I just want to be left alone. Like, I don't want to bring up like dirt or old dirt or anything. And she's like, good. Cause I would, or else I would be like forced to like do the same to you and like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
I'd be forced to do the same. That is some bull crap. That's like the most mamby-pamby mafioso line I've ever heard in my freaking life. Oh my lord! Like, oh no, because you see, I'll have to do the same. Like, no, fuck that. I'm sorry. I don't play that game. I'm sorry. It's either come at me or don't come at me. I will respond one way or another. If it's something, if there's a line that I'm not going to mess with and I won't jeopardize, I will make that choice there. Until then, I will continue to poke and prod. And if you want to try to make something of it, you know how to reach me. We can meet somewhere. We can try and hash it out like grown-ups, like adults, or we could throw down however you want, but whatever happens, it'll be on your ass. I'm sorry, that's just that kind of bullcrap. Like, oh, well, maybe I might have to sort of, like, blackmail you, or at least the same stuff that you did to me. Like, no, bullcrap. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not buying it. And I don't care what. No.
Yeah, so
Forget
I was
that.
basically
No.
yeah, so I was basically like manipulated and
Into
like
silence.
never into silence and to never coming out about any of the situation. And that had stayed until tonight. So this happened in like late 2019, early 2020. It was more probably like late 2019 because we weren't friends for, it was like a year and like then some. It wasn't like a full 2 years. And I had kept so quiet up until literally tonight, where I impromptu was like, let me join the stream just because like I'm really curious. And then this happened.
We're thankful that you did join. We're thankful that you did decide to join them. Parker, it's I do have to wrap us up over here. I'm sorry to cut short because you're on a roll.
Oh, you're good.
But like I said, this has been a hell of a ride. I am thoroughly inflamed. I need to calm the hell down because I'm around very expensive, very irreplaceable equipment, and I don't want to start throwing stuff. That's how angry I am about this person. Like, but legitimately, I'm telling you right now, you did the right thing by speaking up. You are not alone. You will not be left alone or high and dry or whatever. You're not going to be like left in the dust on this. You spoke up because this person harmed you. This person treated you wrong, and they coerced you into submission.
Yeah.
That ends now. You are taking a step tonight to reclaim your self-determination. You're taking the step tonight to reclaim your personhood, your own humanity by saying, no, screw you. You don't own me. You have nothing. You have no power over me. You cannot control me. You are removed from my life. You will remain removed from my life. And as far as I'm concerned, if you want to talk, we can talk. If you want to throw down, you can go ahead and we'll see how that turns out. But you, Parker, are not alone.
Thank you. I don't feel alone anymore, which I'm really thankful for. I'm just mostly, that was a very like abridged version of my story. That was most of it. I mean, if anyone wants to like hear more, whatever, you're more than welcome to contact me or whatever. I will be sharing my documents to the like the file and everything. Like my screenshots.
Do you need the link for the drive for yourself?
I seen it. I got it. I got it.
You got it.
I will be doing that probably early, like tomorrow morning.
Cool.
But I'm mostly now concerned about the safety of the members and their new group that they're forming. Like, because I came from the idol side of it, so to see restart a new idol group is scary. So beware of Deco Bob and beware of I guess, and to any. I'm sure Ree will watch this stream because I know them.
I would be more than happy to discuss this. See if Rhiannon, if DelicateNote, if Ace, if they're willing to provide any receipts that might contradict anything that has been said. We're more than welcome to try to have any sort of response on this. At this point, it just becomes a matter of like, okay, how can you defend these? How can you defend this sort of action? How can you defend this sort of behavior?
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, there's like Angel said earlier tonight, there's too much smoke here for there not to be a fire.
Yeah.
Right. So, Parker, I'm going to go ahead and have you go ahead and drop out. Thank you again so much for joining us tonight. Again, you are not alone. You did the right thing coming forward. And we'll be in touch, okay?
Yeah, no, thank you. Have a great night, guys.
You too. Have a good night. Thank you, Parker. You have a good one. Take care. And that was Parker Palm dropping out. And I know you got a role over here, Psychotic Beauty. Thank you again, because you really did bring this. You actually sparked the situation back up. I remembered a while ago having read the situation regarding the person who originally wrote the petition to MetroCon to have Rhiannon banned Sakura Peachy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that they also have a situation where they're currently unhoused.
I haven't spoke to Peachy in a while, so I'm not sure what's going on with that.
I hope that they actually managed to find a roof to be able to sleep under. I hope they managed to find somewhere safe. This story is far from over, because if this person is how you've been describing them and how Blake and Parker and everyone else, Y2V, have been describing them, it doesn't sound like they're going to let up if they decide to do or say anything. But, you know, we know each other. I consider you a friend. I don't know if you, like, now that you know that I'm older than dirt. Like, no, get away from me. No, but like, I'm fucking kidding. But legit, I've got your back. The entirety of the Ravens flock has got your back, and this kind of stuff we have to discuss it. Otherwise, there won't be a solution, and I cannot in good faith stand by. And I know that Jose saw and understood what was happening, so when I sent him the information, he's like, yes, we're going with the store. We have to talk about this person. And I want to thank you again for bringing this up. Pretty certain I'm not going to be able to go to Polycon, but I'm definitely going to be Friday and Saturday at MegaCon in Orlando. So if you'll be there, I'll be there.
I'll be working the Moshi booth, so
Moshi?
the Moshi After Party booth.
Right.
But
Okay.
yeah, definitely thank you guys for giving us a platform to use our voice. I definitely, seeing that she's back in Florida and she's, with the history, I definitely want to bring light to this and basically give her nowhere to hide, because the things she's said and she's done are not okay, and it's like, you cannot just sit here and pretend that what you're doing is okay. So I'll definitely be reaching out to more cons regarding her. Now that she is banned from Polycon, we do think she's going to try to go to MyCon because it's the same day. So I do have people who are watching to let me know, because if she is, I am. You bet your ass I'm messaging MyCon like, hey, they just got banned from Polycon. We're just letting you know. XYZ, they're banned from a lot of conventions down here. Again, it's more of a safety thing. Like, I just don't feel like she needs to be in the con community. It goes above like petty con dramas. Like, no, this person is known to physically stalk people.
This person is definitely behaving in a threatening manner. This person is a threat. And this sort of behavior will not be this sort of behavior will not be tolerated in the community. Like, I've been around the block in the con community. I've seen my share of creeps and cretins there, and I've also seen people who were falsely accused. So I know the power of this sort of accusations. So I know how harmful it could be with folks who have had their lives unduly damaged by this sort of stuff. But I also know folks who skate by and get away with it because people won't listen.
Yeah.
That's why
people are too scared to speak up.
This is why I have no issue with bringing this stuff up. Like I said, if I mentioned earlier, if she does wish to try and address this, she's more than welcome to provide whatever receipt that she thinks she has. If she's willing to try and talk about this stuff, if we're going to talk about all this, we can. From what I can tell from what was told here tonight, I doubt that I'll get anything honest out of them. I don't know. I don't want to judge anyone without having met them. But I've dealt with too many people who have been manipulators and gaslighting assholes in the past. I do not abide that on my show here on the Theblackfiles. We don't abide that in the Ravens flock on this channel. So that's why we will not stand by on this stuff. So we've got y'all's back, okay?
I really appreciate that. I really do.
Not a problem, Marie. Thank you so much for bringing this up, and thank you for agreeing to come on tonight. I'll see you at I'll see you at MegaCon if I manage to scurry on over and say hi. Who knows? Maybe I'll have money and I'll go to the to one of the after parties. Who knows?
They're always really fun. I'm posting my lineup this weekend, so you'll be able to find me.
Right on. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You go ahead and get some sleep. All right. Have a good night.
All right. Have a good night. Bye, guys.
Take care.
Have a good night.
Thank you very much, Marie. Take care. And that was Psychotic Beauty Cosplay, rounding out our guests over here. And Y2V is saying in the chat, it was good seeing you again, Juan of the Ravens flock, and I appreciate you and everyone sharing all this. I'm here if anyone needs to talk. Ask Blake and Marie. I'm still on hiatus, so sadly I won't be at Polycon, MyCon, or MegaCon. Yeah, no, and thank you for warning us about this person. Yeah, no, none. Yeah, it's really all thanks to Marie, thanks to Psychotic Beauty, and I'm gonna go ahead and give my closing thoughts on the situation. As far as this sort of stuff is concerned, like I mentioned earlier, I know the power of these accusations. I know it firsthand, and I know what can happen if it's done disingenuously and people get away with it, and what happens if it's done with genuine testimony and genuine situations happening with them and being ignored. So folks don't like to look at those sides of the equation. They just think like, oh, it's either all true or it's all false from one person. Like, there's too many facets. But in this instance, there's a lot of overwhelming evidence against this cosplayer. And I'm not sure how they can respond to that without there being another issue involved. That being said, our DMs are open. You're welcome to try and show us what you've got. As long as we do it in a civil manner, as long as we're doing this in a mature manner. I'm not going to tolerate bull crap, and I'm not going to tolerate slandering anyone. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to live up to our motto, which is your voice, our mission. We fought, yeah, exactly, Panacusi. We just fought against this kind of thing with JD and AH last year. Yeah, you're right. We did. And I know, like I said, firsthand, kind of stuff happened to us years ago with the Ravens flock. I won't get into it right now. But that being said, we appreciate every one of y'all who joined in tonight. Everyone who came in after the stream hiccuped in the beginning. Those first 8 minutes was so ridiculous. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us tonight on another edition of the uncensored, uncompromising interview and review podcast of the Ravens flock, The Black Files, hosted by me, Juan Arauz, as we bring you to the darker side of geek and nerd culture and pop culture, cut to the heart of the matter, and try to let your voice be heard. Be sure to request access every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch. Hit the subscribe or the follow button, ring the notification bell, become an inner flocker, and until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Twitch.tv/TheRavensFlockOnline, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ding that notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and the Ravens flock. Rose Casabona, Angel Mendez, and Psychotic Beauty Cosplay. I am Juan Arauz. This has been the Black Files, and we are out here.